warriorwrestling.net.
Wrestling fans, use Stadium 21 at ProWrestlingTees.com to save 20% off for the next 48 hours. Support your favorite wrestlers and Warrior Wrestling by purchasing their merch at ProWrestlingTees.com. Visit the Pro Wrestling Tees retail store at 2348 North Damon in Chicago. Open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Again, save 20% on your orders at ProWrestlingTees.com by using Stadium 21. Some exclusions apply.
It was a different world a year ago.
Today, we are all different people.
We have been challenged, yet we still stand.
We did not lose our spirit.
We carried our families, friends, and neighbors.
And we trusted them to carry us.
So tonight is a celebration.
A celebration that we are all together.
All together, brothers.
All together, sisters.
All together, warriors.
Welcome to the second annual Warrior Wrestling Stadium Series.
Warrior Wrestling Stadium Series 2021 on Fight is brought to you by ProWrestlingTees.com. Save 20% off your order at ProWrestlingTees.com. Gnarly Pop. When you want to pop, GnarlyPop.com. Coming this fall, Justin Clapper's Pro Wrestling Show. The place for pro wrestling news and interviews, bringing talent and promotions together. True Heel Heat Podcast. Pale Pro Wrestling. Visit PalePro.com. And by High Spots Wrestling Network. Subscribe today at HighSpotsWrestlingNetwork.com.
All right, fans, we welcome you inside Marion Catholic High School. We're supposed to be outside tonight, Nick Hausman, but because of inclement weather, the Stadium Series has moved inside. Listen to this place. All 3 titles are on the line here tonight.
Big show, Rich. Big show we got here tonight at Marian Catholic High School. Of course, Chicago is the center of the pro wrestling world right now. We want to thank you so much for joining us. We got huge action for you all night long here.
As we said, all 3 titles on the line tonight. Trey Miguel defends the Warrior Wrestling Championship against Jake Something. We will see the Lucha title match tonight. Aramis defends his title against Mr. Iguana. And of course, what a matchup this is going to be. As we said, Trey Miguel taking on Jake Something for the Warrior Wrestling Championship. The Lucha title on the line. Aramis against Mr. Iguana is on the way. And what a match this is going to be. Kylie Ray set to take on Thunder Rosa. The Women's Championship is on the line. We're going to take a quick timeout. Back with that matchup right after this. All 3. All right, fans, we are back here tonight. Thunder Rosa, the challenger for the Warrior Wrestling Women's Championship. And what a way to start things off tonight here in Chicago. What a weekend it's been, Nick, you mentioned it.
Yeah, let's follow it up big here tonight, Rich.
Thunder Rosa, of course, has competed around the globe, has made her name in the NWA. We've seen her in AEW.
Yep.
And one of the most talked about wrestlers around the world today, but so is her opponent tonight. And we've said it many, many times. Chicago's favorite daughter, the Warrior Wrestling Champion, Kylie Ray. Another title defense for her. It has been a long road. You think back to her winning the championship over Tessa Blanchard, of course, defenses against Madison Rain Holiday. Last time out we saw her against Lady Frost, but does she have enough to take down Thunder Rosa tonight? We are going to find out.
And here she comes. Yes, you say the first daughter of Chicago, Kylie Ray, coming out to that Pokemon theme song there, my absolute favorite song. Look at her run around, slapping hands. All these little girls so inspired by Kylie Ray. Such a great, warm story she's got. And she has certainly been a very, she's been a defending champion here at Warrior Wrestling, had a lot of great matches, but a whole different kind of beast here tonight in Thunder Rosa. I think maybe the biggest competition she's ever had. And if she's gonna wanna keep that belt around her waist tonight, Rich, she's gonna have to take it up another notch. She's gonna have to go somewhere. I don't know that we've seen Kylie Ray go before. I mean, all smiles right now, but when the pressure's on and the match starts and the bell rings, maybe we're gonna see a different side here tonight at Kylie. And the
Introducing the challenger. In the corner to the right of the official. From the graveyard of Tijuana, Mexico. She is La
All right, Nick Hausman, here we go tonight. Val Capone will be joining us momentarily on commentary. Val providing the ring announcements for this championship matchup. And what a way to start things off on what's already been an incredible weekend. A big title match to get the crowd fired up as we've get going here tonight in Chicago.
Yeah, I'm told that Chicago loves their hometown favorites. I don't know if that's been obvious here this weekend at all so far. But yes, Kylie Ray here, of course, beloved by the Chicago fans. You see one of them coming over to help her keep her bow on top of her head right now. You know, this is the kind of stuff I'm worried about, Rich. I mean, she's so focused on playing to the fans and being all happy and smiley and stuff. She's got real competition here at Thunder Rosa across the ring.
And just happy to be here is not going to cut it tonight against Thunder Rosa. Brandon Tolley holding up the Warrior Wrestling Women's Championship. And we are just about set to go. Val Capone joining us on commentary. I understand that you had a chance to speak to both competitors earlier on today.
Oh, yeah, and they are both royally pumped for this matchup. Starting out the show right, setting the tone. Thunder Rosa and Kylie Ray, they've faced each other before, but never here at Warriors. So this is definitely going to be a treat for not just the fans at home, but also the fans here at Marion Catholic.
Yeah, and you see that handshake right there in the middle of the ring, Rich. Looks like these two coming into this on the best of circumstances, right? A show of respect there early on. Not surprising. Two of the top female pro wrestlers on the planet right now. And Kylie Ray quickly on the position of having to be on the defense.
Quickly turns it around, and Thunder Rosa just as quickly turns it the other way. Hammerlock in tight, and Kylie trying to find an escape.
Oh, no. Unfortunately, her bow seemed to have escaped from her hair, and I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a firm believer, and that's a large source of her power.
Oh, well, the bow may be gone early on here, but, you know, Kylie is still using her exceptional ground skills right now to try to get out of it. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. Thunder Rosa to be able to throw her to the mat, but you can see Kylie trying things out here right now to try to counter the early grappling that Thunder Rosa seems to be wanting to do here in the bout.
Back and forth bout and competitive mat-based attempts here. Quick roll up there and a kick out by Thunder Rosa at 2. Now Thunder Rosa, I understand.
Hey,
hold on here. Wait a minute.
Thunder Rosa rolling right out of this here into a submission maneuver.
Wow.
And Kylie able to turn it around. Has to be careful that the shoulders aren't on the mat.
And she's, yep, you're right about that.
Lateral press and a kick out at 2.
And now Kylie trying to get, very unique pinning attempt there by Kylie Ray. And now trying to get position here, Rich. You can see Kylie here with that hold around the top of the head here, keeping Thunder Rosa low to the mat. And a counter here from Thunder Rosa. A lot more submission mat-based wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to point that out. I know that both these athletes are so astute in so many different disciplines of wrestling, but the fact that they're just grinding each other to the mat at this point, oh, the pain that Kylie seems to be in writhing.
Listen to the fans here tonight in Chicago. And this is a fiery, excited crowd, no doubt.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, let's call a spade here. We're coming off the hottest show in maybe Chicago history last night. AEW Rampage.
Strong cradle, trying to put it away. Kylie Ray only gets a 2 count. And at that time, Thunder Rosa nearly put it away with the women's title on the line.
Yeah, well, like I was saying here, last night AEW Rampage in Chicago, the return of...
They get a lateral press, and every time that Thunder Rosa goes for a pin, you can see Kylie, her face is starting to get red. It's a little warm in here, and hold on.
And she's definitely putting up the dukes right now. I mean, she did need to take that step back, a bit of a breather. Thunder Rosa seems to be sizing up this situation, but I think both these ladies are really ready to bring the fight for this title. Thunder Rosa wants it. Kylie wants to retain.
Listen to Thunder Rosa here, getting this crowd. Yeah, and you know, you hear Thunder Rosa here using mind games against Kylie, trying to take her loyal followers here, turn them maybe against her. And you know what? Not just a trained tactician on the mat. Of course, she's wrestled or fought in MMA for Combate America. You know, the mind games that come along with that when you know you're going to be stepping into the to the ring with somebody on the same near level as you. That veteran experience to be able to turn that mentally against Kylie there, that comes into play here, Rich.
Val, I know you had a chance to talk to Kylie a little bit about Thunder Rosa's MMA experience in particular. Did Kylie seem a little maybe off-center from that? Did it seem like that was worrying her heading into this?
I mean, I could see that there was definitely some thought there when I mentioned it, but you know what I love about Kylie? She said, she just started smiling and said, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And we love what she does here at Warrior. And here she is reversing it onto Thunder Rosa, taking Thunder Rosa's to the mat.
Yeah, Thunder Rosa here bridged on the mat, and Kylie Ray, she's got to get those shoulders out from underneath her, get her off her head, maybe go for a pinning attempt right there.
Oh. Nice escape by Thunder Rosa.
Oh no, into that collarbone.
And look at Kylie Ray here cowering into the corner. You know, I mentioned early on how she was coming out all playful and she was, taking the bow or letting the fans put the bow in her hair. Right now we're starting to see maybe she's less interested in the fans and maybe more interested in this match finally, Rich.
No doubt about it. Thunder Rosa, again, the crowd getting fired up here, and you see Kylie bowing in respect, saying, "Okay, you know what?
Guess.
We're not going to play around here, are we?"
And that is the ultimate respect right there. But Kylie, I don't see it as cowering, Nick. I gotta say that was self-preservation, and that's what helps to run the nation, my friend.
Yeah,
you gotta
she
look
looked
out
like
for
she
yourself.
looked like she was scared and cowered in that corner right there, like she'd seen a kaiju or something come out of the ocean.
Well, have you seen Thunder Rosa?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah, very intimidating opponent here. And look at her, just the speed of Thunder Rosa right now, shooting all around, quick kicks, quick wrist locks.
Everything Kylie's thrown her way, Thunder Rosa has answered quickly with an escape or a strike right here. Kylie with hold of the boot, and well, exactly what I was saying. Now, who's going to get the better of this?
Which one-legged woman's going to win this butt-kicking contest right now? That's what I want to know, Rich.
Curious to see how both
we got
get out of this.
Oh, a little back and forth.
Little pinky fight.
You know, I've seen the pinky promise before, right? I don't know what promise they're making here to each other. It looked like they were just kind of trying to pull the pinky out of the socket of the other.
Oh, Thunder's not having it, though. I think she's starting to get annoyed, whereas Kylie's starting to have a little bit of fun with it, and that's really part of Kylie's wheelhouse. Is letting
missed with the clothesline there, drop down. Kylie up and over, and there's the smile. Now that's just going to fire up Thunder Rosa, isn't it?
I guess trying to kill her with kindness here, but you better not be so kind that she comes back and kills you. Look at that big boot right to the gut there from Thunder Rosa, dropping that hometown favorite Kylie Ray right to the mat.
Whip into the corner. Kylie up and over. Nice arm drag. And another deep arm drag there by Kylie Ray. She's favoring that left shoulder.
Oh, I thought she was going to go for that crossface finisher right there. Looked like off that tilt-a-whirl, there was a chance she was going to get a hold of her neck.
Big running uppercut there. Now snapmare takedown. And Kylie into the lateral press.
Oh, that forearm
kick out
drive.
at 2.
Pinning Thunder Rosa. She's holding her jaw right now. Definitely did a little bit of damage with that forearm into the grind.
Yeah, and once again, you can see Kylie Ray holding that arm there. Looks like Thunder Rosa has definitely done some damage, maybe tweaked the elbow there, or the forearm.
And that's actually also her injured collarbone arm, so I gotta wonder how much damage did that hit early on do.
And look at this nice, beautiful stretch here by Kylie Ray. Slowing it down, Rich, slowing it down. You know, I talked about that speed that Thunder Rosa was showing in the ring there right earlier, using those martial arts kicks, those quick wrist locks, but Thunder Rosa used her power.
Oh, Samoa drop.
Dang.
Thunder Rosa found a way out, and it cost the Warrior Wrestling Women's Champion Kylie Ray some trouble.
Mix of speed and power we're seeing here from Thunder Rosa tonight.
And Kylie makes a speedy exit from the ring. Thunder Rosa right on her tail.
Yeah, I mean, Thunder Rosa rolling out, kicking Kylie in the head right in front of the fans in the first row.
She wants to really embarrass Kylie right now. You know, I think it was obvious earlier that these two wanted to start with respect, but as time has gone on, with these smiles and pleasantries and offers of friendship throughout the bout,
Thunder able to roll in, break the count, but Val, you were just pointing out there, you made a...
Another.
Again, right across the collarbone.
To the collarbone, attached to that sternum that just got a huge chop from Thunder Rosa. Kylie trying to kind of hide underneath the ring.
Yeah, once again, trying to escape Thunder Rosa here.
I think it's more so to take a breath, but right there, a huge leg drop right onto her formerly injured, surgically repaired clavicle, which, if I'm not mistaken, she did injure in Japan, and both these women have traveled.
Face first right into that post. Thunder Rosa digging down right now, doing everything she can, and you know what? Just shows you how important that Warrior Wrestling Women's Championship is.
Oh, but she's got some snacks. Snacks are the other thing that can power up Kylie Ray.
Well, Kylie obviously runs on Dunkin'.
Oh, no.
Or is that Popeyes? That's a nice meal. Come on, Thunder Rosa.
That's just rude.
Now, is that the mashed potatoes, or was that some type of dip? Either way. Well, Thunder, well, hold on. I was going to say she's not goofing around here.
What is
that?
Oh, completely inappropriate.
Doesn't she know we're in the...
we are in the COVID era.
Yeah, I just...
And into the cover here. Might have had her. And, yeah, I was not shocked that Kylie kicked out. Thunder Rosa got a little too cute there. Might have had the Women's Championship in her grasp, and Kylie Ray's in a ton of trouble.
You know, it's dastardly, it's underhanded, but honestly, Rich, I'm going to say I really like what I'm seeing from Thunder Rosa right now. You know, we've had this face of friendship on top of the women's division for so long here at Warrior Wrestling. Maybe we need to see a little bit more viciousness from this women's division.
Thunder Rosa grabbed a handful of hair and pulled Kylie down to the mat. Val, you mentioned it earlier on, the collarbone, the shoulder, the left arm has been an issue for Kylie since early on in this matchup, and it looks like Thunder Rosa wants to take advantage.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that I love about Thunder Rosa. She is so smart at dissecting her opponent's weaknesses and just working and working and working. Look, she's just back and forth with the elbows, continuing to bang into that clavicle of Kylie Ray. Kylie's just going to need a breather a minute, but Thunder Rosa's not going to let up.
Oh, man, right across the chest there. That's an easy way to break your sternum in half.
Another
and more
kick.
of those martial arts kicks. Yeah, exactly the same thought there, Rich.
And look out. Big neck breaker.
And this is not where you want to be with Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa, Lucha Underground, Ring of Honor.
Down into the cover. This could do it for the Warrior Wrestling Women's Championship. Thunder Rosa, no.
The NWA and, of course, AEW. Thunder Rosa has seen it and done it all. She's been in every place that she can be. She's got that edge, and when she finds that momentum, it's really hard to take it away from her, Rich.
Well, and I think she's also riding on the momentum of last night. The United Center welcome that she got just staged her to be primed for this today.
100%, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that crowd. Oh, wait.
Oh!
More big chops here from Thunder Rosa.
And wait a minute. Lining up for something big, but Kylie Ray able to answer with an uppercut. Boy, she is struggling to get to her feet. The Warrior Wrestling Women's Champ, a fighting champion, Thunder Rosa again.
Like a raging bull.
Running uppercut connects. Thunder Rosa collapse into the corner. Kylie Ray.
Oh!
Big running senton, the cannonball.
Yeah, Kylie.
And the champion looking to put it away. Drags Thunder out from the corner. Cover the kick out at 2.
I thought that was it, Rich. I thought she had her right there. That cannonball hit her right in the middle of the nose there. I thought it had knocked her out for good.
And, you know, her head bouncing off the turnbuckle, and then Kylie putting that bridge just wasn't enough. What is it going to take to put Thunder Rosa away?
And look at the face of Kylie Ray right now. That is an intense person right there. The smiles are gone. The heat is on. It is warm here.
Oh.
Beautiful side Russian leg sweep there from Thunder Rosa. But you could feel the warmth in this room. You got a packed house. You got all these warm bodies. 90 degrees outside.
Thunder Rosa again. Stalling drop kick of the running variety. And now Thunder Rosa with the Warrior Wrestling Women's Championship. Oh! I was just about to say in her grasp. Cannot believe that Kylie Ray kicked out at the very last millisecond.
And it doesn't look like Thunder Rosa is either. And you know what? I am really interested to see where Thunder Rosa goes from here. She's done so much. She's used the ring as a weapon. She's pulled out some of her best moves in her arsenal.
Wait a minute. Oh, might have been going for that Calavera.
And she's going for the crossface. It looked like Kylie Ray was there.
I was thinking the Thunder Driver or the Calavera choke. Oh my God, what a big kick. And Kylie Ray maybe, she might have just evened the playing field. Down into the cover.
Oh! Once again, Rich. And here we go finally.
Kylie into the crossface.
We're gonna get that smile to the finish.
And you're seeing that paint on Thunder Rosa's face get smeared around here.
Yeah, but look out,
Ray.
Kylie unable to keep Thunder Rosa in a prone position, and now up into the fireman's carry. Look out. Thunder Rosa, my God!
Oh.
What a beautiful driver dropping.
The Thunder Rosa driver. Cover. Oh, my
once
God!
again, and Kylie Ray digging
Where
deep
is she
here.
finding this? Oh, and here she goes.
And reapplying that crossface here is Kylie Ray to Thunder Rosa. And Thunder Rosa, you can see Kylie's thighs wrapped around Rosa's arm, and Thunder Rosa tried to spin her.
Nowhere to go, able to roll her back.
Oh, Kylie Ray
wow.
keeping that crossface on, but no, Thunder Rosa here spinning
Rolls
it back
through,
around.
look out. Pinning combination of the shoulders down.
This is a submission maneuver, it looks
Oh,
like.
oh, she gave up. She quit.
Yeah.
She gave up the Calavera choke. The Calavera choke, and Thunder Rosa is the new Warrior Wrestling Women's Champion.
And congratulations to Thunder Rosa. Her ride rolls on here. She is the new champion of Warrior Wrestling, the new women's champion. Following in the footsteps of Kylie Ray and Tessa Blanchard, we have a new top dog here in our women's division at Warrior Wrestling. So many questions. Does Kylie get a rematch? Do we get new competition? How will Thunder Rosa be as the women's champion? Will she benevolent? I don't think so, Rich. I think we have a new, much more edgy and aggressive women's champion here at Warrior Wrestling.
What an atmosphere already here tonight in Chicago. And what a way to start things off, Stadium Series 3. Thunder Rosa, your brand new Warrior Wrestling Women's Champion. Now, Nick, from the women's title to the Warrior Wrestling Championship. What a main event we have on the way when Trey Miguel battles Jake Something later tonight.
When I won the Warrior Championship, I had to beat Brian Cage and Brian Pillman Jr. And they are all within range of each other when it comes to size. I'm a small fry compared to them, but I got a heart that beats the same and a foot that kicks the same, fists that swing the same, and blood that leaks the same. And as long as I see those common denominators, I'll never be intimidated by another man that walks this earth. And that includes Jake Something.
Becoming Warrior Champion, it means everything because it's another title for my legacy. I will bring that title up to an actual king, and beating Trey, he has to beat me. I don't have to beat him. I'm his biggest threat, his biggest challenger. He's champion because I have never waited for that title. You gotta come right just to get the win. You gotta have heart, know you.
Being a warrior is facing adversity and overcoming, and I feel like that's all my life has ever been. I'll never be intimidated by another man that walks this earth. That includes every single man that ever steps in that ring as a challenger while I'm champion. That's what being a warrior is.
I'll beat Trey the same way I beat everybody else. Trey, I want you to look at my eyes. I want you to understand something. When I say what's my name, it's not a question, it's a statement. And I know when I look you in the eyes, you're gonna feel it. I'm gonna have you beat. Trey, look at me. What's my name?
You can't count us out, we are the Warriors. We gonna do what we need, believe in the team. We win, now we in euphoria.
Excited for that. Our main event later tonight with the Warrior Wrestling title on the line. But Nick Hausman, right now I'm excited for this one as Isaias Velazquez set to battle Cole Radrick, and we are just moments away from the start of this matchup.
Yeah, I'm very excited about this bout. Both of these men have had exceptional match of the night matches multiple times here at Warrior Wrestling. The ace of Chicago, Isaias Velazquez, another hometown favorite here of Chicagoans.
We will see the Lucha title on the line later tonight. Aramis set to battle Mr. Iguana. And what an interesting fellow he is, and what an interesting fellow Cole Radrick is. I'm excited to see him in action. Kind of looks like a race car driver, doesn't he?
Yeah, a little Bob Sparkplug Holly. I could see those vibes on him. Surprised he didn't come out in one of them little, race cars that Bob used to come out in. But no, I saw Cole Radrick backstage earlier. Wanted to pick his brain a little bit. Wanted to get to know a little bit more about this guy. You know, really stole the show. Part one of this year's Warrior Wrestling Stadium Series. Took on Navarro on what was really just a straight banger, slam banger, I would even say, Rich. He really impressed a lot of people there, and I wanted to know what his objective was going into tonight against Isaias Velazquez. He told me that him and Isaias actually have been friends for a really long time. This is a match they wanted. They've been asking for it. Two people coming into a match that know they're on top of their game right now, just trying to see who can be the better wrestler here tonight is what Cole Radrick told me about this bout with Isaias Velazquez.
Two competitors trying to challenge each other to their best. And yeah, you mentioned that match against Navarro. That one I think will stick out in the annals of Warrior Wrestling history as some of the maybe surprise matches of the night.
Yeah, 100%. Cole caught me completely off guard. Maybe shouldn't have. Maybe should have done my research, know a little bit more about him. But look at Cole Radrick here, staying low to the mat. I like that. Trying to size up Isaias Velazquez.
Quick action here to start things off, and Velazquez going to retreat to the corner. Radrick countered him and was Johnny on the spot. Yeah, so now back to the drawing board. We'll see what we come up with.
Well,
you talked about them being friends, right? They know what they're going to do. So who makes the mistake?
That's what I'm wondering about here, Rich, right? You know, with two guys that know each other so well, like where are you trying to find that little niche or groove to exploit the other person? I've been very impressed here by Isaias Velazquez. Been in control the entire time, but look at that, just throwing him face first.
Got a 1 count.
Cool Radrick throwing Isaias face first right to that mat. Beautiful Hurricane Rana there by Radrick. And managed to slip right through those ropes.
Shoulder right into the gut, sweeps the leg, and now Radrick slingshot.
Oh, look at that, using his knees to flip off that top rope.
Didn't even get a 1 count.
Yeah, just kind of a rolling senton there from Cole Radrick onto Isaias Velazquez. And look, just like two bulls that just hit heads there. That looked very, very painful.
The kick right into the shoulder, and Velazquez with a big back elbow. Kick sends Radrick into the ropes. Just battling for position here. What a big drop kick.
Caught him right in the midair. You saw Cole Radrick was leaping at Isaias Velazquez, and Isaias jumped up.
Down into the cover.
Tagged him with that drop kick. You know, that's the little stuff. You know, when you know what the move that the guy's going to do next is, how do you get one step in front of that? I was very impressed by that drop kick there from Isaias Velazquez, and look at that. Picking up Cole real quick, and this is not how I treat my friends, by driving my knees right into their eye socket like that, Rich.
Yeah, right into the side of the head. Oh my God, what a kick right into the throat.
That's really, you know, looks like he'd be spitting up a little blood there.
Yeah, caught the chin for sure. Got a 2 count that time. And now it is Velazquez who has the experience advantage in this matchup.
And just grinding away at Cole Radrick's face here, using the using his wrists to go right up against the nose of Cole Radrick. And you see Cole Radrick kind of bite his way out of it.
Yeah, looked like he will. Hold on here. Able to get a 2 count. Looked like he was trying to. Oh my God, what a kick!
Took a baseball bat right across the face there to Cole Radrick. And Isaias Velazquez showing why they call him the ace of Chicago here right now, driving Cole Radrick right to that mat. And Cole Radrick now losing the oxygen from his body, trying to take little breaths to try to get through what's left of his trachea right now. And Isaias here using all of his body weight to throw even more pressure around that esophagus of Cole Radrick.
Got that chin lock in tight. And on the side of the head, just cranking in on the temple, the carotid artery. And Radrick able to get back to a vertical base. Helped a little bit by Velazquez, and now trying to fight his way out of it. Velazquez still in control. Snap there and a kick right to the back.
You see just the sweat pouring down Radrick's face here. You know, again, as the night rolls on, there's so many bodies in here. Whoo! I felt that one. I felt that one across my oh! Knife edge chops here.
Now a couple of, well, there you go. Going chop, punch, missed with the chop that time, and Velazquez didn't miss. And that topples Radrick right down to the canvas.
Yeah, it took him right off his feet there. But yeah, you know, you look at how sweaty both of these men are right now. How much more difficult it is to lock in a move and keep it locked in when your opponent could just weasel their way out, slip their way out. And a nice chin breaker there from Radrick to Isaias. And Isaias flips him around, drops Radrick to the ground, and using him, almost going for a straight jacket choke here, it looked like, but no. Instead, he's definitely using Radrick's own arm as a noose around his neck right now.
Almost a variation of the sugar hold. Sleeper, sugar, you know, either way, very painful, but Radrick able to get out of it.
Nice use of his legs there. Oh, and a brutal elbow right to the face of Isaias Velazquez from Cole Radrick. And Isaias going right after him. Radrick able to roll through.
Change directions. Oh, man, I don't know if he got everything on that roundhouse kick, but I'll tell you what, Velazquez connected, cover, and Radrick nearly pinned him.
He fell on top of him, Rich.
Radrick nearly pinned Isaias Velazquez after getting knocked silly by that kick.
You know, I mentioned this earlier, Rich, but last night, yeah, AEW Rampage, the United Center, the return of CM Punk, the excitement here in Chicago right now. We saw Kylie Ray, the reaction she got earlier. You know, of course, we unfortunately saw her lose to Thunder Rosa, lose that Warrior Wrestling Women's Championship. But Isaias Velazquez riding that hometown momentum as well. Definitely try to take some of that energy from the fans, as Cole Radrick has given him a whole lot more than he probably meant to chew off here today.
Big cross body off the ropes and a kick out at 2 by Velazquez.
Oh, right into the knee there.
Thought he was going for a crucifix. Instead, whips Velazquez into the corner. Connects with a clothesline, and now Radrick from the outside in. Cover, leg hooked. Velazquez able to power out at 2.5.
You know, I'm watching Cole Radrick here. his eyes wide and bugged out right now. You know, really starting to question where he's going to have to take this match, what he's going to have to do. Of course, his finisher, St. Sebastian's Curse, is not a move we've seen yet here in this bout. Maybe thinking if he's going to have to drive Velazquez into the mat, and already starting to soften up the shoulder blades there, which would really make it a lot more effective when he hits that maneuver. And here we go. It looks like he's getting him up here. Could be going for that St. Sebastian's Curse right now. He's going to try to drop on his back, and Isaias Velazquez able to get out of it.
Well, he knew what was coming. Well scouted against a close friend. Another kick to the back. Velazquez sends Radrick down to the canvas. He rolls through, and there's a big kick right to the chin.
I saw those big floppy ears of Cole Radrick float in the wind like Dumbo.
Velazquez again, the running sliced bread, and what, did he get him?
Was that it? That was a two. That was a near three. The match rolls on here. Isaias Velazquez thought he had it right there, Rich.
Yeah, the running sure knew he.
If I was Isaias, I'd be so upset right now. I think that ref, that crooked Robert King.
Oh, come on.
No. I think that he was trying to protect Cole Radrick.
Why would he do that?
Because him and Isaias, they're in cahoots together.
Oh, enough of that.
That's why. No.
Velazquez was going for the double underhook. Pile driver, perhaps, and 2 count there. There's a big right forearm. And another one by Velazquez.
And a nice big shot across the face, and Cole Radrick able to grab Isaias' arm. Isaias slips behind, knee to the face to Isaias.
It's almost like a modified go to sleep, and off the ropes going for the cutter. And what's he gonna mind here?
Looks like a full Nelson. These two men just riding around.
Oh! Cover! Radrick nearly got him.
You know, and again, I think he had him. I think Cole Radrick had him, and once again, that crooked Robert King protecting Isaias Velazquez this time.
I was impressed by Radrick taking what was there. He tried to get a couple moves in. Velazquez was able to slide free. He was so slippery. But Velazquez still able to maintain control, take charge of the situation, and nearly put it away with what was a modified Death Valley driver.
Well, Cole Radrick running right at him, and Isaias hitting him right in the back of the head with that forearm. And now go for the pinfall. Radrick able to roll through.
Isaias missed with the kick. Now Radrick trying to put it away. Velazquez out.
Oh, look for that sunset flip pin.
Able to get him over. And now Velazquez.
And these two just going back and forth like a seesaw in the middle of the ring.
Headlock takeover, and now hold on here. Radrick trying to put it away. Got him!
That's it!
Cole Radrick putting away Velazquez. He had him in a head scissors and tied up the legs.
Didn't even need to use St. Sebastian's Curse. Wow! What a show in here by Cole Radrick. Came up a little short in that Casey Navarro match that we were talking about earlier. Nice to see him pick up a big victory here on the last night of the Stadium Series, the Switchblade Series, I guess, as we're calling it here tonight. And if Isaias, you know, if he was trying some shenanigans here to get one over, they didn't work tonight. I'll be interested to see how Isaias reacts following this loss here. We're going to see a nice show of friendship. All right.
There's the handshake. It is Cole Radrick getting the victory here tonight in Chicago at Warrior Wrestling over Isaias Velazquez. Fans, we couldn't bring Warrior Wrestling to you without some of our great partners. Let's take a look.
Warrior Wrestling Stadium Series 2021 on Fight is brought to you by Justin Clapper's Pro Wrestling Show. Come get in on the ground floor this fall. Pale Pro Wrestling. Visit palepro.com. ProWrestlingTees.com. Save 20% off your order at ProWrestlingTees.com. High Spots Wrestling Network. Subscribe today at HighSpotsWrestlingNetwork.com. Gnarly Pop. When you want to pop, GnarlyPop.com. And by True Heel Heat Podcast.
We're back here inside Marian Catholic High School, the Stadium Series, Warrior Wrestling. We're set for Marko Stunt battling Jacksyn Crowley. You just got to look at him a second ago. What a weirdo.
I think this guy's I think he might eat my face. I think if we let him too close, you know what? Maybe he can eat your face. You know what? I kind of like this guy. Come over here and eat Rich's face, you big pig man. You ever watch American Horror Story?
Sure have.
Yeah, this is from Roanoke. That's what this is. This is some kind of, this is a nightmare is what this is, walking to the ring right now. You know, they say, pigs, a pig can eat a man.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you know that or not. I've seen many pigs eat many men, actually.
Wild boars, you'd say.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if they have to be wild. A wild boar is just a pig that has gone feral. That is the only difference. And if I've ever seen a feral pig, it's this man. Look at this man's eyes.
Yeah, what's wrong? What's the deal with his left eye there?
You know what?
Looked like it was fixed in position.
I just think it's really wrong that Marian Catholic High School let what is obviously a Satanist into the house here tonight.
Now, how do you know he's a Satanist?
Look at this man. This man has taken blood from children and drank it, obviously.
Oh, come on.
No, this man has done some really dark stuff. I wouldn't let my daughter date him. I'll put it that way.
Nick Hausman, you talked about what an atmosphere it was last night inside the United Center. Some calling it the rebirth of professional wrestling in some ways, and the young man we're about to see in action here has had some memorable moments at AEW, and I'm excited to see him in action here tonight at Warrior Wrestling. There he is. Mr. Fun Size, Marko Stunt. He is the size of a small child, and I'm amazed that he is able to do what he can do inside the wrestling ring.
You know what? I don't get it. You're right. He is the size of a small child. We have an actual pig man in the ring here that I don't know. He probably got a boot knife or something in here. I get it. Everybody loves Marko Stunt. Oh, he's the underdog. Oh, he's like a Rey Mysterio type. Oh, let's all support Marko Stunt. Look, I'm sorry. This is a fool's errand here tonight, Rich. This guy's gonna walk into the ring with Jackson Crowley, and he's gonna stand a chance. I just don't buy it, Rich. I think this Jackson Crowley guy has got Marko Stunt's number. That little rugrat. That little rugrat is what he is right there. He's embracing it with that Rugrats logo on his butt.
There's from behind Jackson Crowley's not having any of the adulation or the. No, hold on here. Crowley diving through the ropes.
That's a suicide dive if I ever seen one, because you run into a guy like that size, he's not gonna be able to stop your momentum when you go through those ropes there. And Jackson Crowley here prowling, watching his prey, and Marko Stunt seems to think that he can. Oh, Jackson Crowley!
That's gotta be enough. Somehow Stunt kicks out.
I thought his head was gonna pop like a balloon. And Marko Stunt looks like he's seen a ghost, and maybe he has.
Trying to roll Crowley up. Stunt off the ropes and going for that flying head scissors. Caught by Crowley, and what's he got in mind?
And look at that, he did the crucifix right here at Marian Catholic.
Stunt able to shimmy free. Puts on the brakes, and it is Stunt getting a boot right up into the throat of Jackson Crowley. Stunt again, and this time able to connect with the flying head scissors. Crowley to the outside, and you got a feeling we're going to see Air Marko here in just a moment.
Well, if Marko Stunt stands a chance here against Jackson Crowley, he's going to have to use his speed. I don't know what else he's got here. He doesn't have the height, he doesn't have the weight. Between that bottom and second rope, Marko Stunt shooting himself at Jackson Crowley, and Jackson Crowley here down.
One more time, and this time connects with a flying clothesline.
And you see all those CM Punk shirts right there. Last night, Marko Stunt was right there ringside as Jurassic Express took on Jurassic.
Well, never mind that. Here comes Stunt one more time through the ropes, and was caught by Crowley, who plants Stunt right on the ring apron. You were saying
it was private party. It was private party. It was Jurassic Express private party. But Jackson Crowley here managed to drop Marko Stunt, who's now laying motionless on the ground. And Jackson Crowley here, I think, daring people to do anything about what he is doing to Marko Stunt. You see those hardwood boards sticking out the side of that ring apron right there. Would be a horrible thing if Jackson Crowley were to see that, maybe take it to the eyeball of Marko Stunt and just kicking this guy while he's down, going to work. This Jacksyn Crowley guy, he looks like a crooked preacher. I knew a preacher one time, he said he'd get the devil out of me, kick me like that. I think it was this preacher. I think of this Jacksyn Crowley type here. I think he's trying to cleanse the sins of Marko Stunt here with these kicks.
Sounds like one of the nuns I had in Catholic school back in the day.
Yeah, but he's an evil nun. Evil priest, dark priest, Satanist. I'm telling you, Marko Stunt, head to the top. Very dangerous, precocious position for him to be in.
Here he comes, diving double foot stomp off the top.
And Jacksyn Crowley here definitely a little off on his feet at the moment.
Stunt with full speed ahead, single leg drop kick.
And look at Crowley here collapsing like a big bag of bones. Oh!
Stunt again with a running knee, and Crowley crumbles to the outside.
Yeah, his long, lanky frame falling to the ground.
Stunt setting up for something. Here he comes again with a low dive, and oh my God! Big DDT on the floor.
That is it. That is what you got to do here, Marko. Jacksyn Crowley laying on the ground here. Looks like he could just roll him into a casket or something. You know, he'd probably be comfortable there. Probably sleeps in one of those things at night. And the crowd very into Marko Stunt. Well, Marko, I hope you could take that energy, bottle it up, and drink it, and put this thing away, because right now, you still got a guy who's on both of his feet, and he's dangerous when he's in that position.
Big forearm smash.
Look at the reach. I think Jacksyn Crowley's one arm is as long as Marko Stunt's entire body, Rich.
Yeah, very well may be.
And Jacksyn Crowley here. What is he thinking? What is he looking at here right now? He's pointing to something. What does he want?
I don't know. He sees something on the floor.
Well, why is he going up top? Why? Oh, I get it. He wants to do something here with Marko.
Yep. Marko Stunt, after delivering that DDT.
You know what?
This may be payback.
I would call what he's about to do a dangerous move, but it looks more like a sacrifice. Just biting into the head of Marko Stunt. I told you, this guy loves blood. This guy drinks blood. Probably freezes it, has little blood popsicles in his freezer.
A disgusting individual. Setting up Marko Stunt now on the very top. This could end very badly for both men.
Yeah, Marko up on the top rope, Crowley on the second. Like two pirates here battling across the bow.
Stunt trying to get the advantage.
And Jacksyn Crowley here seems like he's lost his wind.
Oh!
Throw first across the top rope, that'll do it.
And now Marko Stunt with Jacksyn Crowley crumble right across that bottom rope. Oh my God, what a huge running drop kick, and Crowley, boy, he might have whacked his head on that buckle as well.
Would you call it a huge
around?
Would you call it a huge running drop kick or a fun size running drop kick?
I guess it would be fun size, wouldn't it?
He's Mr. Fun Size, Rich. Well, Jacksyn Crowley here not looking like he's having too much fun, even though he's got the size. Marko Stunt once again up top.
Off the top rope, Marko Stunt with the axe handle cover. Crowley out at 2.
I don't know that Marko, even as bad as he's been beating Crowley here recently, can keep Crowley down. Crowley's just so much larger than Marko Stunt. And again, the psychoticness that I see in those eyes. Marko, you know, his finisher's the 450 here. Crowley not exactly in position for a 450. So what is Marko here thinking? And Crowley able to take Marko off his feet on that top rope, and now once again Marko Stunt in a precarious position here. Not a spot you want to be. And it looks like Crowley could be going for a superplex, but Marko Stunt pushing him off. Back up top.
Stunt again going for that head scissors, and Crowley, what's he thinking?
Buckle bomb from Jacksyn Crowley, and off the ropes he goes. Woo! Using all his weight to go fit right across the face of Marko Stunt. And look at Marko's back, by the way.
Hold on a second. Never mind Marko Stunt. Did that even affect Crowley? I don't think it did.
I don't think Crowley has nerve endings. I think he prayed to whatever Satan god that he has to take away nerve endings and pain. I think he might be some kind of like demon at this point.
Crowley into the cover, leg hooked. And Marko Stunt hanging in there.
It is so hot in this room right now. Crowley out there in all black, wearing a vest, wearing a tie. This man is insane. And he is doing his best zombie Ric Flair walk, it looks like. If Ric Flair was a zombie, I think it might be Jacksyn Crowley.
But again, it is Marko Stunt trying to find a way through, quickly countered with a headbutt.
And a big headbutt, yeah. And look at those scratches.
Oh
on
my
Marko's
God, yeah. Those nails being raked right down the back. Marko Stunt looks like he's been, like he's been raked by some kind of an evil animal.
Well, and Crowley here he does. Come on, man. That guy works for AEW. He's got to go back to work for Tony Khan. If you kill him, he can't do that, Jackson.
Do you think Jacksyn Crowley cares about that?
Well, maybe Jacksyn Crowley thinks he can take his spot. Maybe Jacksyn Crowley thinks if I take out Marko Stunt here, maybe I could be Tony Khan's new fun little friend.
Jacksyn Crowley setting up Marko Stunt, Mr. Fun Size. May not be having a very fun night after that. Side suplex.
I think if I'm Jacksyn, put it away, Jacksyn Crowley. Looking right into your soul.
And still only a 2 count.
Props to Marko Stunt here, fighting from underneath to get out, kick out of that pinfall. But no, earlier there were some loose boards sticking out the side of the ring, and I saw Jacksyn Crowley kind of shove Marko into it. I think what we're seeing on Marko's back is I think he actually caught some of those wooden beams on the outside of the ring, and they did some damage to his back.
Oh, that was a big backhand slap.
Yeah, Rick James style there from Jacksyn Crowley.
So you're saying that Crowley doesn't have long nails and didn't try to tear Marko Stunt apart?
Hey, look, he could have had a voodoo doll ringside. Could have had a werewolf come in and attack Marko at a moment that we didn't even see. I don't know.
At size 10, right into the grill of Marko Stunt. And lackadaisical cover there by Crowley is not going to get the job done. No matter how small, diminutive, whatever adjective you want to use for Marko Stunt, the only thing he has is the will to compete. And never discount that, because he will not quit. He never quits.
I'm not discounting it, Rich. I'm just trying to be a realist, all right? This guy's twice the size of Marko Stunt.
Right into the sleeper.
And
that could be it.
And look at those long arms of Jacksyn Crowley wrapped around the neck of Marko Stunt like a python. I mean, this is a guy, he probably has pythons. Probably got a couple of them. Probably got a whole pit of pythons in his backyard.
Stunt's eyes are glazed.
And the referee seeing if Marko Stunt is knocked out right now. We've seen twice now. Marko's hand has been picked up.
Let's see if he can stay in this. Well, he's trying to get that big last gasp of oxygen. Appears to have found that second wind, and now with the back elbow is going to try to find his way free.
And Marko Stunt doing his best to battle out of this situation that he's in. And Jacksyn Crowley hanging on by the hair of Marko Stunt, pulling him right back into that chin lock.
And Stunt again trying to get free.
He was able to get an arm through. Let's see what he can do with it now.
Using his body weight for momentum. That opened up a door, and now Marko Stunt trying to take advantage. Oh my God!
Crowley went
man!
Right there across the top of the beam.
Into the cover. Is that it? No. Crowley able to get his foot on the bottom rope.
Oh man, and wow, what a brutal move there. Jacksyn Crowley right on the top of his head, going straight into that mat.
Marko Stunt going for a spike Rana. And you're right, it is Crowley whose foot got caught on the bottom rope. He appears to be at least still has his wits about him and held up. Here he comes.
Oh, and yeah, you know, it didn't seem to phase Jacksyn Crowley one bit. The undead keep on moving here as Jacksyn Crowley once again on the offensive here, going after Marko Stunt, maybe now even more enraged.
Big sling blade.
And Jacksyn Crowley here not playing around with young Marko Stunt. And Marko doesn't even see him. Jacksyn Crowley from behind.
Stunt has no idea where he is.
No.
Crowley into the cover. Oh, come on! Unbelievable.
And Jacksyn Crowley, I think, might get a wooden stake and put it through Marko's heart here in just a second.
Yeah, he may have to. That's not enough. A blue thunder bomb does not put Marko Stunt away.
And Marko Stunt here, taking everything he's got right now. And, you know, it's probably got to be pride on Marko's part, right? You know, last night, Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy advancing on in the tag title eliminator tournament over at AEW. Doesn't want to let down the team. Doesn't want to be the one to go back to Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy and say, hey, we've had a great week. CM Punk's here. We should be making some moves. But unfortunately, I lost to Jacksyn Crowley. And by the way, I think he took one of my fingers with him.
What?
Yeah, Jacksyn Crowley. I could see him you know, being one of those collector types, you know?
Oh my God!
Oh, a huge Canadian destroyer.
Where did Stunt find that? Stunt again. Oh, good Lord!
I don't even know what I would call that.
No, that was Crowley. I don't know if it was a belly to belly, if he was just trying to toss Marko into the buckles. Whatever it was dangerous as hell.
I would call that attempted homicide is what I think I would call that.
Yeah, I mean, you go into those steel cables like that, I mean, we've seen necks broken.
We have. We've seen necks broken. We've seen throats severed. Jacksyn Crowley really doesn't seem to care about any of that.
Stunt back on his feet. Connects with a super kick. Running to the corner. And whoa!
Able to hit it. Sliced bread number 2.
And Crowley.
And maybe we're going to get it 450, a fun size 450.
There it is! Marko Stunt with the 450 off the top. It's all over.
Well, an impressive come from behind victory there from Marko Stunt. But on deck, coming up next, we have a big match. You know, AEW's Marko Stunt was just in action. Our next match here also sees another AEW star, as Evil Uno is going to be taking on Jason Hotch here in action.
And we're going to see that in just a moment as Marko Stunt has his hand raised in victory tonight in front of this this tremendous crowd here at Marian Catholic High School. Of course, this was supposed to be an outside event.
And look,
you see the fans at ringside in the beach chairs. Crowley here. What's going on?
Well, Marko Stunt inviting Crowley back into the ring. And I wonder why. What is Jacksyn Crowley doing in the ring here with Marko Stunt? Marko Stunt obviously showing some props here to Jacksyn Crowley, who, you know what, look, does he eat babies? And look at the scratches there against Marko Stunt's back. Jacksyn Crowley, I hope that you don't kill nobody tonight. That's all I have to say. And look at him taking his pig mask. Take your pig mask and you go back to whatever barn you came from.
Well, Nick, as you mentioned, still to come here tonight, we will see the Lucha Championship on the line. Aramis set to battle Mr. Iguana, but coming up next, as you mentioned, Evil Uno from AEW goes one-on-one with Jason Hotch. That match is up after this timeout. Tonight's Stadium Series action, and well, you just saw a glimpse of it right there. There we go. We're going to be back here, Nick Hausman, October the 16th.
Oh, that's awesome, Rich. I'm so excited to be back here at Marian Catholic High School. Another indoor show, October 16th. We're going to be doing a lot more shows. It doesn't look like just 3 every summer now. I mean, we're getting back to action here, Rich.
WarriorWrestling.net is the place to find out ticket information and a whole lot more, and you can find us. We'll spell it for you in a second, but at Warrior Wrestling on Twitter. Tonight, use the hashtag Stadium Series, but October the 16th, looking forward to be back here in Chicago Heights, and I'm excited for this next matchup, Nick.
Oh, I'm very excited, yes. You know, last night I was privileged to be at the United Center for AEW Rampage. What an air of excitement there with CM Punk obviously returning. But what's not talked about is some of the action we got to see last night at AEW Rampage. You know, in my opinion, match of the night, singles match of the night last night at AEW Rampage. featured Evil Uno taking on QT Marshall. Now, QT was able to pick up the victory over Evil Uno last night at the United Center show. But Evil Uno here tonight, he's got Jackson Hotch, a chance to pick up a victory and put another one back up on the board.
You know, we've been trying to be masked all night, and we certainly do want to acknowledge why we're inside. Again, we mentioned that inclement weather here today in the Chicago area forced this event inside as opposed to outside. We are keeping masks to kind of pull this down for the on camera that we're doing here. But excited to be back here on October the 16th. And we did mention it. We want to spell this for you. At Warrior Wrestling is where to find us on Twitter. Yeah, why don't you read that for the fans?
Rich is not good with reading or tech. At Warrior, WRSTLNG, at Warrior Wrestling.
That's the place. So if you put in Warrior Wrestling and you spell it correctly, you're not going to find us. That's the point.
Well, I think you can do a search. It's tech. You don't get it.
Well, I'm just, I'm trying to help the nice people.
I get it. Jackson Hotch has not worked his way up the ladder at AEW quite like Evil Uno has. He has been seen on AEW Dark, but honestly, Rich, of all the competitors here tonight at Warrior Wrestling, I think Jackson Hotch is the one I know the least about. And you know what? Maybe, Rich, that makes him the most dangerous man in the room. What is Evil Uno getting here tonight? I guess we're going to find out.
Well, we talked about earlier on Casey Navarro and Cole Radrick, that match that we saw a couple of months back here at the Stadium Series. Perhaps tonight, Jackson Hotch will be one of those surprises.
Yeah, 100%. Look at this guy. Big, bulked up, top notch. Obviously got some fans here in the crowd. I'm digging the sunglasses. Nice little fade there on the haircut. Seems like somebody you'd maybe check out at a club. Maybe he's a DJ. I don't really know enough about Jackson Hotch, I'll be honest. Kind of looks like one of my former gym trainers, like somebody that pushed me too hard and I threw up and then I didn't go back to the gym.
Well, with those sunglasses on, he kind of looks like a state trooper.
Oh, that's true. Well, maybe he's a cop,
Well,
so,
could be.
So, everybody be on your best behavior here tonight.
Again, the hashtag to use across social media is Stadium Series. You see that up the top left of your screen. Let us know how everything looks, if everything sounds all right, etc., etc., etc.,
etc.
Nick Hausman, of course, is the editorial boss, the chief over at Wrestling Inc.
I'm the managing editor.
The managing editor.
Thank you. Raj Giri owns the site.
Raj Giri is the man, but Nick, certainly want to give you some props. You were in and out of Vegas for some wrestling yesterday, or the other day, and at United Center last night. And I was going to ask you here in just a second. Evil Uno of the Dark Order makes his debut here tonight at Warrior Wrestling, but the noise in the United Center last night, deafening, wasn't it?
Oh, it was absolutely deafening. A huge change in the tides happened last night at AEW Rampage. Really kind of setting the tone here for Warrior Wrestling today. Warrior Wrestling has always been about, bringing the fans what they want. We've had the Forbidden Door open long before Tony Khan, that's for sure. Welcoming stars from New Japan, Ring of Honor. We've had Kurt Angle here, Mick Foley, Impact, NWA.
CMLL, the Mexican Independence, you name it.
AAA, PWG, XWI, FYI.
MLW.
Too Cool. Whatever. They've all been here, and you know what? We are so happy that our Forbidden Door is open to welcome a talent like Evil Uno here.
This was going back a couple of months ago. I was trying to relate to maybe some of the older wrestling fans who might be watching, and I compared the events here at Warrior Wrestling to very much what Paul Bosch did in Houston back in the day. All-star events where competitors from promotions around the globe would come in. It's a modern-day Houston right here in Chicago, isn't it?
As a native Houstonian, I'm going to take the compliment. And, the fans here tonight at Warrior Wrestling seemingly very behind Evil Uno. It was the same thing last night at the United Center as he took on QT Marshall. We did see a one top-notch sign out in the crowd there for, Jackson Hotch here. But we're going to see what happens here. I'm interested. Look, Evil Uno, what a ride this guy has been on at AEW. One of the earliest teams, him coming in, the Dark Order, reviled, people really against him. They thought they were weirdos, calling him a cult. I mean, to be fair, they probably are a cult. They come across as a cult. You know, you bring in Brody Lee, the unfortunate passing of Brody. The fans start to rally around the Dark Order. Maybe the Dark Order seeing the error of their ways, and now the Dark Order going from being on the dark side to seemingly the light side these days. A definitive fan favorite. And Jackson Hotch here tonight, the one getting the boos, it would seem, from the fans here.
Yeah, kind of surprising in some ways, but as you mentioned, the tide shifted a bit, of course, with you know, the unfortunate passing of Brody Lee, who, you know, what a sad moment, but it's been uplifting in many ways to see the way that he has been celebrated, and in many ways, bringing it back to the Dark Order. That's almost been a celebration of Brody Lee, hasn't it?
It really has, and I think that's what the fans seeing it, and you see Evil Uno here catching Jackson Hotch, dropping him crotch first across his knee before kicking his feet out from underneath him. Doesn't really seem like something a nice guy would do, right? Like dropping another man crotch first across his knee there. I think Jackson Hotch here, well, first of all, he's going to have to shake that off. That looked very, very, very painful. And you have to refocus and bring it here against Evil Uno. And like I said earlier, Evil Uno came up short last night against QT Marshall and AEW Rampage. And look at Hotch here. Some real big blows. Got a lot of muscle to put behind those blows as well.
Evil Uno misses with the clothesline.
Cat-like quickness. Look at that spin kick there. Martial arts style from Jackson Hotch.
But he missed. And Evil Uno able to duck out of the way. Look at the strut and the arrogance of Hotch. Evil Uno says, not so fast, young man.
Maybe Evil Uno here putting over Hotch a little bit. Okay, let's have a little handshake. Look at what good friends. Hey,
you're the best.
You're the
Nick,
best.
you're the best.
Oh, should he join Dark Order, I think is what Evil Uno's asking.
Yeah, so, well, maybe, well.
Each man went for the kick. Each man caught the kick.
A little trickery on both sides there. So maybe perhaps Evil Uno has not completely seen the light.
No, well, and look, looks like negotiating a leg. Okay, yes, on the count of three, we'll both put our feet down. Oh, Evil Uno here.
No doubt, well, to the referee. And oh, man! Oh, boy!
Evil Uno taking a bow here.
Now, listen, that may not be against the rules, but that is not sporting by any means.
No, it's not. And these people cheer on Evil Uno, and they love Evil Uno. And you know what? Nobody's worried about Jackson Hotch here right now, okay? Jackson Hotch, look, the guy is obviously a premier athlete.
Oh!
The reason that he was able to take that chop from Uno is because he's just got such thick chest muscles.
Still to come tonight, we will see the Lucha title on the line. Aramis defending the title against Mr. Iguana. Beastman and Warhorse, they're here.
Oh, that's going to rule ass. If there's one match on the card that's going to rule ass, it's going to be Warhorse versus Beastman.
Of course, our main event, the Warrior Wrestling title on the line. Trey Miguel defends against Jake Something, and I'm excited for this one. As Hotch able to duck under, and Evil Uno rang his hand across the ring post. The Stadium Series becoming the Switchblade Series. We're going to see Switchblade Jay White battle Sam Adonis, all that and more. Still to come.
And look at Jackson Hotch here. He's got
Evil Uno's
his hand right on the ring apron there, stomping it out, looking to break a metacarpal. And a gorgeous flip off the second turnbuckle to the outside from Jackson Hotch. And Evil Uno here on the ground, still trying to shake out that hand after Jackson Hotch just brutalized it with that kick on the ring apron.
And from the apron, then he stepped up, as you said, and sailed right into Evil Uno on the floor. There's a big running chop.
Running chop, Rich, a running chop. This Jackson Hotch guy is really impressing me here.
It might, well, top notch. Might have stung his hand a little bit, though.
Another running chop.
Well, missed. Oh, and Evil Uno answers.
Looks like he may have got a piece of Hotch's.
Oh, wow, now that is a chop and a half.
Down like a redwood when Evil Uno there. Less of a chop, more of a chainsaw, I think.
Well, yes.
Evil Uno.
They're going to try the handshake again. What do you think here, Hausman?
I don't think this is going to work, Rich. I don't. If I'm Jason Hotch, I take that hand and I rip it out of Evil Uno's socket.
Well, that's twice that Hotch may have been a little too trusting.
What is Evil Uno doing here? He's taking off his wrist
Oh,
tape.
yeah, I think hold on. Well, I was thinking maybe he's going to whip him with it.
No,
or perhaps
I think
choke him with it.
I think he was going to choke him like he was going to do it mob style.
Look out. Hotch has a pretty big opening here. Oh, come on now.
Finger poke to the eye from Evil Uno.
Well, I'll tell you what. Give it to the veteran Evil Uno for distracting the official and standing within eyesight, or the line of sight, blocking the line of sight is what I'm trying to say.
Well, these savages here tonight, Marian Catholic here.
Hotch has no idea where he's super kicking the air.
How can you cheer on somebody who's doing such dastardly things so regularly here at Evil Uno?
Running elbow in the corner by Evil Uno, and well, hold on. The crowd is getting fired up. Do they want another chop? Is that, well, maybe not.
Well, Evil Uno begged for no more chops.
Oh!
And Evil Uno here looking in very good shape as well, I should say. Maybe the best shape of his career.
Gets a 1 count.
Obviously a staple of PWG before coming to AEW.
That's nice to see, isn't it? It's been a trying year for everyone.
You know what, though? He's probably going to hug this ref. He's going to try to recruit him to Dark Order and have Dark Order's own little referee there. I don't know that I want to see that ref being so friendly with Evil Uno right now.
Big leg drop. Hogan-like. Hotch out at 2.
And Evil Uno here asking the fans to cheer for him, I guess, to like motivate him. I'm not positive here. But it seems that he is getting a little bit more aggressive, trying to stay on Hotch, who is trying to fight his way out from underneath right now. And we're back to chops. Oh, Evil Uno didn't like that. Oh, 1 chop too many as Evil Uno's got a handful of Jason Hotch in his mouth right now.
No, that's not legal.
No, it's not legal, Rich. And these monsters here, they cheer on Evil Uno.
Oh, come on.
They love Dark Order. You know what? That's the thing. Dark Order has succeeded. They've created a bigger cult.
Well, Hotch has had enough of the fun and games and is now taking a big bite.
Bite him. Take it off. Take off a big chunk of skin. That's the only thing a guy like Evil Uno is going to understand, apparently.
I don't think Hotch liked the taste of that. Oh, God, what a clothesline.
Wow, rolled right through him.
That was a running forearm. And now Uno reverses. Hotch off the ropes.
Look at that athleticism from Hotch.
Big backflip. Oh, man, Enziguri connects. And toppling down goes Evil Uno. Hotch into the cover. Leg hooked. Is that enough? No!
I thought that was it, Rich. Hotch throwing everything he's got at Evil Uno right now. So much mass, too. What a win it would be for Jason Hotch to knock off Evil Uno here tonight. Warrior Wrestling, the Switchblade Series. And the fans chanting for Evil Uno, but Jason Hotch saying, I'm going to go up top. And what is a man that size doing on the top turnbuckle? Leaps up and over, flips back to his feet, and Evil Uno catches him with a big boot to the face.
Gigantic size 12, and Hotch able to kick out at 2 regardless. Evil Uno again. Setting up, and a big suplex.
Just powered him up there.
Hotch able to roll Uno over. Both men getting 2 counts.
And I thought that was it for Hotch. I thought Hotch had him there.
Big kick right to the cheekbone. Maybe not quite as stiff as Chris Bassett got from the Oakland A's this earlier week. I don't know if you saw that one, line drive, but boy, the smack of Evil Uno's boot sounded just as vicious.
Well, that was a very, very nasty incident that happened earlier this week. Sending our best out to him, by the way, and Evil Uno here circling his prey. Oh,
Hotch
Jason Hotch.
Yeah, that's an easy but effective counter. Drop down to 1 knee, grab hold of the leg, and prevent the pile driver.
Yeah, anchored himself to Evil Uno.
Hotch again now with a big right forearm. Oh, discus forearm there by Evil Uno.
And Jason Hotch is wavering, I should say, right now.
Oh, Hotch showing some impressive strength.
And just caught him out of midair just like a baseball.
Swings him around and plants him. Cover. Hotch to put it away. Evil Uno gets the right shoulder up at 2.5. Nick, I thought that was all.
You know what? I as well. Jason Hotch here not coming to play. That is for sure. Taking a big man out of midair like Evil Uno like that, able to take his weight and swing it around in a circle, drop him right in the middle of the ring. Evil Uno is down in the middle of that. Oh, he's up now. Jason Hotch kicks Evil Uno off that second turnbuckle.
Used the ropes for some momentum, and now Hotch going up top. He was here earlier, but now maybe looking for the finishing blow. No, nobody home.
Misses the frog splash.
Double stomp on the hands, and now it is Evil Uno planting Jason Hotch.
Turned him inside out.
That's it.
All she wrote.
Evil Uno with the victory here. Planting Jason Hotch. Twisting him inside out. Evil Uno of the Dark Order. Successful here tonight in his Warrior Wrestling debut, but we still have plenty more to come. The Get My Shot Invitational. We haven't talked about that yet, Nick. That's still to come. As Evil Uno apparently appreciating the efforts of, well, in a minute.
Oh, and Evil Uno offering that handshake there. And is Jason Hotch going to accept this invitation from the Dark Order's Evil Uno right now? And Jason Hotch, oh, they went to shake hands and so many chops, you know? Yeah, little foot friendship there.
Now we mentioned it, the Get My Shot Invitational is on the way. We'll tell you a little bit more about that as we continue here tonight. But again, Warrior Wrestling would not be possible without some of our great partners. Let's take a look.
Warrior Wrestling Stadium Series 2021 on Fight is brought to you by True Heel Heat Podcast, Pale Pro Wrestling. Visit palepro.com. High Spots Wrestling Network. Subscribe today at highspotswrestlingnetwork.com. ProWrestlingTees.com. Save 20% off your order at ProWrestlingTees.com. Gnarly Pop. When you want to pop, gnarlypop.com. And by Justin Clapper's Pro Wrestling Show. We support professional wrestling from the beginnings to the top pros in the world. Come get in on the ground floor this fall.
More action on the way here tonight from the Stadium Series. Marion Catholic High School, Warrior Wrestling, Chicago Heights, Illinois. Rich Bocchini alongside Nick Hausman. And Nick, this is going to be an exciting battle here tonight. The Warrior Lucha Championship is on the line. Aramis set to defend against the very mysterious Mr. Iguana.
Well, look at this guy.
I understand you tried to get some information from Mr. Iguana earlier today, and in English he said to us, I'm an iguana.
Yeah, he's an iguana. He's an actual iguana. Didn't want to get into it, you know. He didn't hang out in the locker room with everybody else. He actually was up in a tree out in the parking lot. He is I think maybe the product of some kind of government experiment. I'm not positive, but he is Mr. Iguana. He is an iguana man. He's an iguana. Well, he's an iguana. He's not an iguana man. He's just an iguana, is what he is.
You sure you have it? Were you licking toads or something before you came here today?
Oh, just one. But that's pretty standard for a Saturday, Rich.
Oh, well, fair enough. Of course, it was Aramis who captured the Warrior Wrestling Lucha Championship earlier this summer here at the Stadium Series. The winner of that Lucha War of Attrition matchup What a battle that was, huh?
Oh, yeah, no kidding.
And there he is. Aramis in his second title defense here at Warrior Wrestling, and last time out went one-on-one with Daga in what was the classic teacher versus student matchup, and it was Aramis who came out on top. And we mentioned that War of Attrition match, Nick. He had to outlast a whole field of other competitors.
El Rees, Black Tauros, Dragonbane, El Hijo, De Canis Lupus, Golden Dragon, Gringo Loco, Laredo Kid. All of those men had to be put to bed by Aramis for him to walk away. And look at him wearing his Warrior Wrestling colors here tonight, black and gold. And Mr. Iguana here, nothing to slouch at. These two men actually did battle at Triple Mania just about a week ago in a multi-man match, and it was Mr. Iguana who walked away with the victory. Aramis here coming into this bout actually on a loss from Mr. Iguana down in Mexico.
Pretty big victory. And what is a huge night, of course, for Triple Mania.
Of course, Ric Flair was there in the house, seconding Andrade El Idolo to the ring, putting the figure 4 on Conan at Triple Mania. And Mr. Iguana here.
He's got his work cut out for him, a relatively unknown competitor to a lot of the fans here at Warrior Wrestling. Now, there's his, that's his friend.
Yeska.
Correct?
Yeska.
What is it?
Yeska. That's his friend Yeska. And it's his fellow Iguana friend. And you can see Yeska right now wanting to lock up with Aramis. And Yeska got him by the hand there. And Yeska staying gripped in. And Mr. Iguana here throwing Aramis around.
Now, hold on. Does that not count as as a 2-on-1 attack? I mean, that is not the Iguana. The smaller Iguana is not the legal Iguana in this match.
You're saying that referee Perch here should maybe send the Iguana back?
Yes,
right?
I mean that's an unfair advantage.
I could see that. Yeah, absolutely. Well, Aramis here tying up Mr. Iguana in knots. He's a Mr. Pretzel right now, is what he is. He's laying on the ground, and look at Aramis. Better watch out for his shoulders there.
He's cognizant. The referee looking to see if Mr. Iguana wanted to submit. And the Iguana man. Now, again, he really believes he's an iguana.
Yeah, he is an iguana, Rich. Like,
well, that's fair enough for him to say, yes, I'm an iguana.
He is an iguana, Rich. Like, I don't want you to question this anymore. I want you to respect Mr. Iguana and his iguana-ship, all right? Now, Mr. Iguana here, taking his reptilian nature and is wrapping up Aramis here. You know, a lot of things about iguanas you probably didn't know. They have partial eyes, which make them sensitive to changes in illumination. So if Aramis, that shininess off of the gold on his gear, that could really maybe grab Mr. Iguana here because of his enhanced sensitivity to light and sparkles and things like that.
Now, does Mr. Iguana change colors?
Mr. Iguana, well, iguanas come in several colors. There are several. There's a green iguana, of course. That's fine, but there are several kinds of iguanas.
Deep arm drag there by Aramis, the Warrior Wrestling Lucha champ. Trying to put it away in iguana out of 2.
Yeah, well, Iguana, here's the thing that...
Now, can he hide in trees?
Oh, of course he can hide in trees. Well, that's why he's green there. He wants to blend in with the trees, you know. The thing that Aramis should feel heartened by is that iguanas are not carnivores. They are herbivores. So, you know, while Mr. Iguana here would love to pick up a victory here over Aramis, he's probably going to celebrate with a nice salad or something afterwards.
Test of strength here between these two.
Shoulder to shoulder, trying to press the other man around here. Kind of Mortal Kombat. Oh, pinning attempt there.
Oh, look out.
Oh, the Iguana Rana there from Mr. Iguana.
A lot of tumbling. Classic Lucha style. And if you notice, Mr. Iguana has Lucha tattooed on his left pec. La Magistral Cradle, trying to put it away for the title. And Aramis out of 2. Rolled right back through, unable to get the pin in. And that time, it is Mr. Iguana getting a 2 count.
Mr. Iguana sat on top of him like he was sitting on top of his reptilian throne. And Aramis here trying to get a reverse chinlock. And look at Mr. Iguana here rolling through. He's all tail, it would seem, with the way he's able to roll around like that.
Now, Nick, we mentioned the Get My Shot Invitational coming up. A number of competitors will battle Brian Cage tonight.
Yes,
in a multi-man matchup. Very special prize in that match.
Yes, the Contenders Medallion will be on the line here tonight, Rich, as one man is going to be able to earn the opportunity to cash in on any champion in Warrior Wrestling if he has that medallion around his neck. And look at Mr. Iguana here falling to the mat with Aramis.
Even the Women's Championship?
Even the Women's Championship. I asked Principal Steve explicitly about that, and he said, look, it's for any championship.
Interesting.
So what a psycho that Principal Steve is, right? Maybe putting one of these large male competitors on the tail of Thunder Rosa here now, our new Warrior Wrestling Women's Champion.
Well, anything could happen. What an atmosphere here tonight, Chicago Heights, Illinois. Warrior Wrestling Stadium Series 3 moved to the inside after some storms in the Chicago area today. Didn't want to take any chances to get another handshake between these two. Now, you mentioned Aramis coming up short in that multi-man match at Triple Mania.
Correct.
Did you get the sense that he was on his heels a little bit, like maybe that affected him coming into this one?
Yeah, 100%. And, with so many men involved in that match at Triple Mania, really doesn't give you an idea of what you could do one-on-one with a competitor that came out on top there like Mr. Iguana. This is a chance for him, like I said, to get that victory back, show why he is the Warrior Wrestling Lucha Champion. And Mr. Iguana here,
matching each other move for move.
Once again, going for that Iguana Rana.
Aramis, whoa!
Aramis with his own flying head scissors there. One thing that I think Aramis should keep in mind here is that due to evolution, the Iguana has a much stronger jaw and ability to bite, and we see Jacksyn here, his other Iguana, using that bite strength right now.
Jacksyn clamping down on the left hand, and that allows Mr. Iguana to send Aramis flying, the Iguana Rana. Oh, there's a big flying headbutt by Mr. Iguana, sending the Warrior Wrestling Lucha Champion rolling to the outside. Now look out.
Yes, and here we go. Mr. Iguana looking to fly to the outside. Iguanas can't fly! Well, this one did here tonight. We saw our first ever flying iguana. Call the scientists. We got ourselves an abnormality here tonight, it would seem.
A mutation of sorts. Referee starts the count. It is a 10 count here at Warrior Wrestling. Mr. Iguana, the challenger in this title matchup.
It'd be interesting. Wait, Mr. Iguana here going into a cooler there. Looked like he was maybe going to drink himself a little soda pop, turned away. I am interested to know what kind of iguana Mr. Iguana is. There's Caribbean subspecies. There's 3 different kinds of Caribbean subspecies.
Well, now, wait a minute. Did you see what Mr. Iguana did there? He used Jacksyn. He kind of swatted at the referee at 1 count. Now, Mr. Iguana taking some liberties there.
I'm honestly surprised that Ref Perch has not sent Jacksyn to the back yet, considering
Jacksyn
to the back yet, considering how involved Jaskyn's been in the match. And you look at Mr. Iguana here, keeping Jacksyn in his mouth, almost like a dog carries a puppy.
Aramis, whoa, look out. I was thinking maybe Gory Special. Instead, connects with the knee.
Flipped him around, dropped that knee right across the face. Luckily, there was Jacksyn in Mr. Iguana's mouth. Maybe gave him a little protection there from that knee blow.
And a belly-to-back suplex, and Mr. Iguana looking for respite on the outside.
Mr. Iguana telling our camera guy to get out, our camera woman to get out of the way here as he's got something in mind.
Look out! Oh, God!
And Mr. Iguana taking out several chairs in the front row. Looked like a little Domino's pizza action. May have been spilled everywhere as well.
The Iguana is...
he's on the ground there.
He wiped down somebody's chair. Hope they didn't break that.
It kind of looks like if an iguana had snuck into a campsite and maybe eaten everything at the campsite,
Perhaps, yes.
But not meat, though, again, because iguanas, again, herbivorous.
So you think a kale salad may have been salvaged or swiped?
Sure, yeah, kale salad could have been gone. I got a couple of cherry tomatoes in my backpack here. Probably wants a couple of those. And Aramis with a nice little Pele kick using that top rope there for assistance.
Roundhouse kick to the gut. A little kick of the knee sends Mr. Iguana down low. There's a kick to the elbow. Aramis missed with a kick, but did not miss with the knee. That connected flush. And Aramis setting up Mr. Iguana. Huge power bomb. Kick out at 2.
I thought that was it. Dropped him right across the top of the shoulder blade. Saw the back of his head pop right off the bat, that apron there. Able to cinch in for that pinfall. I really thought that Aramis was going to retain that title right there. But the longer this match rolls on here, I got to think that maybe Mr. Iguana has the leverage here. He's a reptile. He's cold-blooded, Rich. He doesn't have to deal with the same things that humans have to deal with when it comes to feeling fatigued.
Oh, man.
Oh, very dangerous here. And we talk about fatigue. It is so hot in here right now. Difficult to breathe. You're going to have to watch your breathing right now to be able to stay on your feet. Mr. Iguana with just a sign of disrespect, smacking Aramis with Yezka.
Oh, good God.
Oh, and there was the Don Garce Verde.
The what? Cover.
And
kick out at 2.
That was the Don Garce Verde, the spinning bulldog there from Mr. Iguana. That is usually what he puts his opponents with away. I mean, I guess he could go to the Chileno driver next if he's really if he's going to get the chance to maybe try to win this one more time. But I thought that right there, that was the end of the match. We've seen so many matches ended like that.
Aramis trying to find, well, look at this. Argentine rack, the airplane spin into the power bomb, cover. Kick out at 2, the Warrior Wrestling Champion unable to put things away.
And the fans here right now starting to make their voices and their claps heard, cheering on Aramis. And Aramis here deciding to get a little extreme. He's headed to that top rope here.
Met with a big right paw, perhaps? I
believe they're called hands. I
hands.
believe even on an iguana, it's called a hand.
Okay.
I could be wrong. Correct.
Oh, God, thinking maybe Spanish fly off the top instead. Aramis planted, and instead of going for the cover, Mr. Iguana wants to put the punctuation mark. Rolling through into the cross arm breaker.
And this could be it. Look at Mr. Iguana here. Picking at the hand of Aramis as he's laying on the ground here right now. And Aramis able to get on top.
Gets a 2 count. Shoulder up, and now Aramis again. 2 count, was maybe thinking about picking him up. Instead, lining up for super kick, and oh man, right in the nose.
Yeah, you saw a big, maybe a tooth fly out of his face there. And Aramis
trying to roll through.
Oh! And look at him just wrench away at that ankle right now.
That's like a dragon screw submission.
Yeah, it is. And Mr. Iguana here
taps out. That's it. I'm surprised that he lasted as long as he did after that move was applied.
And the referee here calling for assistance for Aramis. And you can see Aramis, a retaining champion, holding on to that title. And we are getting a call for assistance here. And we see we see several members of the Warrior Wrestling management here out here attending to Aramis right now. Looks like Aramis a little worse for the wear and able to get to his feet here after a very intense bout with Mr. Iguana and Aramis here wobbling around celebrating the fans in Chicago, giving them the love that he deserves after a hard-fought battle just like that with Mr. Iguana.
Second successful title defense for Aramis, and Mr. Iguana struggling to his feet.
And you look at that snakeskin belt there.
Aramis getting his victory back.
Yeah, Aramis getting his victory back here. And, you know, you see Yezka being offered as a handshake here to Aramis with Mr. And look at that. A sign of friendship. An iguana and a man harmoniously living together, side by side.
As you said, it was Aramis coming up short at Triple Mania. He is going to be helped to the back. The Lucha champion here at Warrior Wrestling will be checked out, and we hope to have an update on his condition. And Mr. Iguana getting a curtain call here from the fans in attendance in Chicago Heights. Now, still to come tonight, we will see Sam Adonis in action as it becomes the Switchblade series here in Chicago. Now, kind of an interesting note here, when you look at Sam Adonis, his run here, he is kind of Mr. Warrior Wrestling. He's been here pretty much since day one. You look at that win-loss record, though, and it leaves something to be desired.
4-7, right? I mean, let's call a spade here. 4-7-1, I should say, as he did have a no contest there against Michael Elgin. Really surprising, too. I mean, you look at Sam Adonis, the pedigree, the size, the speed, the athleticism. He's got the whole thing put together here, and he's going to be given a big chance tonight as he gets to a one-on-one with Bullet Club Switchblade Jay White.
That is still to come tonight, but up next, we are set to go. You hear the music fired up here inside Marian Catholic High School in Chicago Heights. Warhorse is here, set to go one-on-one with Beastman, and Nick, this thing's gonna rock.
Yeah. That's right, fans. We got a match right here that is going to rule ass. And right now, Warhorse doing his best Psychosis impression. The chairman of the board taking that chair right now, playing it like a guitar, going around, fist bumps, handshakes. You see the head banging and clanging going around ringside. Looks like Warhorse should have given that little kid a fist bump, but maybe that little kid needs to learn to ask for less fist bumps. Warhorse is very busy right now. On top of the ring, on top of the world, Warhorse has been riding a wave of enthusiasm ever since his big bout against Cody Rhodes at AEW almost a year ago now. Motioning to the metal gods in the sky and hoping for luck tonight against his opponent. Beastman. So this guy smells terrible. I watched him in the back. He was bathing in a pool of water that was out in the field. It wasn't like, I mean, it wasn't in a gutter, but it was very muddy water. And this guy was rolling around it. I mean, I was thinking he was trying to bathe. I'm not really sure. Maybe he was just doing it for fun. You know, a lot of wrestlers and stuff I see in the back, they're stretching, they're lifting weights, they've got their tension bands. Yeah, this guy just came in. He was in the back. He was that bone there, believe it or not, was filled with meat earlier today. And I watched him just sit there. I was like hypnotized by it. Big bite after big bite. Just sitting in the corner eating this giant thing of meat. I mean, this guy didn't stretch. This guy didn't bathe. This guy didn't prep. Beastman, this caveman from another time, maybe the second cousin of Encino Man. This is going to be a very, very hard-hitting contest. You know, it's no secret, Warhorse weighs 4,000 pounds, right? So a little bit more than Beastman, who is a very meaty man. We're going to see how these two square off here today. Now, that referee, if I was him, I'd immediately put that bone out of the ring. Why give this giant cave freak a chance to use a weapon on a legitimate high-end athlete like Warhorse? And Beastman here motioning, it looks like, into a child. And this child has been given Beastman's bone at ringside. What a happy little kid. Go home, have your mother throw that in the trash can, please. That is a disgusting thing you were just handed there. And look at the sweat, like Niagara Falls, falling off of Beastman's chest here right now. And Beastman here pushing around Warhorse. And Beastman here showing himself, both men flexing back and forth. This is similar to how animals in the wild will try to puff themselves up to scare the other away. A little more jaw-jacking than I was anticipating. What are these? Okay, Beastman giving Warhorse a running chance. And Warhorse here getting right in the face of Beastman. I don't know that. Is this even a conversation? I don't think Beastman knows English. Forehead to forehead. All right, one more time. Warhorse says he's going to give it a go. This horse is going to run wild. Wild horses gonna. Oh, look at that. Warhorse able to catch the top rope there. And Beastman saying, what, you couldn't come at me right now? And Warhorse here very frustrated by Beastman. What is Beastman doing here? Flashing himself to Warhorse a little bit, maybe trying to do some head games. All right, once again, Warhorse looks like he's going to shoot off the ropes. And Beastman here, I think he was going to try to leapfrog over Warhorse if he was going to try to run at him. Very impressed by his attempt there. And Warhorse visibly frustrated right now. What is Beastman even insinuating right now? You know, this has been less of a wrestling match right now than like maybe watching a rock being thrown at a car. I think is probably more accurate right now. And once again, Warhorse, I don't know what he thinks he's going to do differently this time than what he's done every time before, but he's telling the fans to get excited, get behind him. He's going to give it his all. He's going to try to shoot off these ropes. Oh, and Beastman looked like he was going to try to leapfrog, and instead he got caught right in the cockles as Warhorse head first right into the nether regions of Beastman. Both men down, the boulders downstairs that Beastman has looks to have knocked out Warhorse, or at least put him down on his butt. And Warhorse now, more jaw-jacking, and finally looking to do some wrestling. A German suplex attempt here by Warhorse. A fool's errand, it would seem, as a big butt bump from Beastman, able to put Warhorse down. And Warhorse here looking to bring Beastman to the ground here, and Beastman instead laughing at him for even attempting to do such a thing, and a huge clothesline into the ropes, and Warhorse here hung out to dry like a piece of clothing on the line.
Now, Nick, I have an update on the condition of Aramis, the Warrior Wrestling. Uh-oh, look out. Warhorse low bridging Beastman. Aramis has suffered an injured knee. Big diving senton. And Warhorse trying to turn things around, but that is the breaking news. The Warrior Lucha Champion injured, being tended to by medical staff in the back, and we're not sure what that, oh God, is gonna mean for the Lucha Champion going forward. Warhorse quickly trying to turn this thing around here, Nick.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Rich, for going out and getting that update for us on Aramis. Many of you may have noticed I was calling this match up until now largely on my own, but let me catch you up here, Rich. Big man, man who thinks he is 4,000 pounds, have been running at each other head first here, trying to put the other down, and finally Warhorse here, using his speed, has been able to get Beastman out of the ring, and maybe finally is going to be able to string together a few offensive maneuvers. Warhorse here using his super strength, his rock and roll powers to get Beastman back into the ring. And what is Warhorse going to do with Beastman in the corner? Beastman using that huge style.
God.
Oh, a spear.
Good Lord.
Dropping Warhorse right on that ring apron. And Warhorse here, you know, he rules ass.
Do you have to keep saying that?
But he rules ass, and he should be ruling ass right now.
Oh, boy.
And he's not ruling ass. He's not ruling ass right now,
You
Rich.
know how ridiculous you sound saying that?
Do you know how ridiculous you sound correcting me, Rich? You don't rule ass. I rule ass. This match rules ass. Warhorse rules ass. Maybe if you ruled a little more ass, you'd be a little happier, Rich.
Wow. Man. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Sheesh.
It's true. And you got to get on the side of Warhorse right now, all right?
All right, well.
This big, smelly caveman now.
I never said I wasn't on the side of Warhorse. I was simply saying you sound ridiculous saying rules ass over and over again.
You sound ridiculous saying rules ass over and over again, Rich, okay? And look at this big, sweaty caveman here running his soiled loins.
Oh, wow. Soiled loins, nonetheless, a big clothesline, and now Beastman going up top. This could be curtains for Warhorse. Oh, went for the whoopee cushion.
Oh, man, that's a way to make a pancake if I've ever seen one.
Oh, husk away, nobody home, and Warhorse is back in it.
And Warhorse here with a little shake, rattle, and roll, it looks like. Maybe a little shake, rattle, and rock and roll, so to speak. And Beastman looks like he took something to the eye here, maybe a edge of a knuckle.
Maybe a big thumbnail, perhaps. But look
Warhorse.
out. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, Warhorse trying to get. Oh, there's a big whoopee cushion.
Squeezed him like a tube of toothpaste.
Surprise Warhorse is still in one piece after that. 400 pounds or so coming down on your sternum. Cracked ribs, a broken sternum, collapsed lung perhaps.
Well,
Warhorse is fighting to stay alive in this match, and again, one more time, Beastman is going up top.
What is this maniac thinking? Come on, is his brain the size of a T-Rex's? A big man like that's not supposed to go to the top rope.
Oh, but that's what happens when he does.
It's raining meatballs, Rich.
Warhorse was bounced up in the air after he got splashed, and the momentum carried him rolling under the bottom rope to the outside, and now Beastman, who thought he had that match put away, is now instead going to have to send Warhorse back in, wasting some valuable time.
I think Beastman learned to fly like that from a pterodactyl.
Must have it quickly into the cover.
And really showing the strength and resilience now of Warhorse, not allowing this big man to keep him down right now. And Warhorse kind of in the push-up position here. Tiny head rocking here going on, head banging. And Beastman using his bowling ball-like brain.
Oh, yeah, but, you know, that just seems to maybe scramble Warhorse a little bit, but once those eggs are scrambled a little bit, they come back around, and this is what happens. This fires him up.
That's right, yes, those synapses are firing right now in Warhorse's brain. And look at this. This icon throwing his head repeatedly into that top rope, psyching himself up. And now he is the one dishing out the headbutts.
Despite the size advantage, Warhorse perhaps on the precipice of a win here tonight in Chicago. Clothesline.
And look at Beastman here, wobbly on his feet.
Warhorse again with another clothesline, and
teeter-tottering is the Beastman. Warhorse headed up top.
Beastman wobbly. He's dizzy, and now perhaps even dizzier. No. Caught. And chokeslam on the way. No. Warhorse able to get free.
And look at that. Warhorse here trying to wrap his arms around the very thick throat of Beastman, and Beastman able to fall backwards into the turnbuckles.
Was looking for the piggyback sleeper. And Beastman looking to finish off Warhorse there, but oh, the headbanger dodged out of the way. Running Bulldog. And now Warhorse one more time going to go to the top.
And this is where Warhorse is in his element. Obviously, his finishing maneuver is the elbow drop. But
big drop kick instead.
And that right there is how you rule ass. And it is time for him to rule ass all over this ring. And he is ruling ass with a German suplex right now. Rich?
Gigantic German suplex. Warhorse for the win to put away the Beastman, and no, not yet anyway.
Wow. That was impressive. I really thought, you know, even just getting the Beastman off, showing that kind of power, hitting that German suplex, I thought the Beastman would stay down. I thought he was going to go to the La Brea tar pits and could take it to the bottom, Rich.
Somebody ought to take you to the tar pits and never mind.
Yeah, wait, hey, come on now.
Here comes Warhorse. Momentum off the second rope. Connected with a clothesline, and oh, the Beastman with a clothesline from in close. Falls quickly into the cover. And again, Warhorse kicks out.
But just kind of a tiny kick out there, a desperation kick out by Warhorse. And Beastman here looking to do some real damage. He sees Warhorse down in the lower corner.
This could be, that could be it. My God. Oh my God. Gigantic cannonball by Beastman. Warhorse has to be flattened. That has to be enough.
Imagine having a piano fall on top of you and having to go to work an hour later. That's exactly what it was like there for Warhorse.
A literal kick out with the right leg, and now Beastman with a huge power bomb, and now falls into the cover one more time. Is that enough?
Oh, the Bronto bomb, not enough there from Beastman. And Warhorse still digging deep, still finding that energy to keep going in this match. Rolled to the outside, maybe catching his breath. And Beastman now sees an opening. What is this big crazy
good
maniac
God,
doing?
No. Good God, no. Oh, my God. Oh, good Lord.
And for as bad as Warhorse got it, it looked like Beastman's feet caught that second rope. And he took a nasty fall. You see our referee there checking on Beastman.
Yeah, he says, I'm all right. I'm okay. It's knocked the wind out of him a little bit.
Yeah, I took that face first there into the outside there, the hardwood floor.
He's trying to husk up.
And Beastman rolling Warhorse into the ring. And we have seen this man fly. We have seen this man powerbomb. And we might see him again here right now as he heads to the top rope. What more could he have learned from the pterodactyls? Ooh!
Warhorse may have just literally saved his own life.
That is an understatement. And Warhorse now looks, he sees his downed opponent. Could we be seeing that elbow drop?
There it is!
The move that he has put men away time and time again.
And only a 1 count.
It wasn't enough. Beastman here able to kick out. Warhorse heading back to the top rope. Could we see another elbow drop? 2 in a row. Another pinfall attempt. And it's not enough. Beastman still down. Warhorse wondering what he's got to do. Asking the crowd, do they want to see one more flying elbow drop off the top rope? And up he goes. This horse is going to fly.
Nailed it.
Third time's a charm. And that's all she wrote, Rich. What an impressive victory comeback there from Warhorse. He ruled ass all the way to the end.
I was wondering whether or not it was going to take 4, perhaps 5 elbow drops. How many elbow drops does it take to get to the center of a Warhorse victory over Beastman? 3. 3.
Rich, yes, 3.
Warhorse with the victory here tonight, and my God, I mean, we mentioned it. Warhorse might have saved his own life by getting out of the way of that big splash by Beastman off the top, but think about the spill that Beastman took when he hit the floor on that dive attempt.
What is Warhorse? Warhorse taking Beastman's gross, sweaty, disgusting, smelly.
Can you imagine what that thing smells like?
I'll tell you what it smells like. Woodstock 99 Porta Potty. That is a very specific kind of scent there, Rick.
Yeah, that it is.
Yes, it is. It is. You know, it's not a cologne I'd want to try on. And Warhorse here, Beastman facing off in the middle of the ring. And what is Warhorse doing here? He's offering Beastman his rock and roll jacket, and he's putting on Beastman. Is he telling Beastman to put on his vest?
Is this perhaps a...
is this a Tommy Boy moment?
I mean, could this be a...
caveman and a little guy suit?
Imagine this tag team. Imagine these two. Oh, hold on, he's helping him out. Imagine these two teaming up.
You know what, Rich? You got me excited here. Beastman Warhorse.
Beast Horse.
Beast Horse. Horse Beast.
Horse Beast.
Man Beast. Right? Whatever it may be. Warman. Warman, Beast Horse, Warman. Whatever they do, they rule ass right now, Rich.
Warrior Wrestling continues with a ton more action tonight. We still have plenty to get to, but get a load of this.
Chris Farley, David Spade, eat your heart out.
Warhorse was worried about that precious vest getting ripped.
Well, who wouldn't be? Look at Beastman.
My goodness.
Big guy. Wouldn't take him to a buffet, that's for sure. Or maybe I would.
Warhorse with the win here tonight at Beastman, getting a nice reaction from the fans in Chicago as well. But as we mentioned, we still have a lot more to get to, including the Get My Shot Invitational. That match is on the way. Nick, a very unique matchup here tonight.
Yes, it is. We are going to have 6 men in this match here tonight. Dante Martin, Allen Five Angels, TJP, Brian Cage, Casey Navarro, and Chandler Hopkins. The winning man here tonight is going to walk out with the Contenders Medallion, and they are going to have the ability to cash that in on any Warrior champion anytime they like.
That matchup is on the way after this.
Wrestling fans, use Stadium 21 at ProWrestlingTees.com to save 20% off for the next 48 hours. Support your favorite wrestlers and Warrior Wrestling by purchasing their merch at ProWrestlingTees.com. Visit the Pro Wrestling Tees retail store at 2348 North Damon in Chicago. Open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Again, save 20% on your orders at ProWrestlingTees.com by using Stadium 21. Some exclusions apply.
.net.
All right, fans, we're back here inside Marion Catholic High School, and some big news just announced moments ago as Warrior Wrestling returns here on the 16th of October for special Sweet 16. It is Warrior Wrestling's 16th event coming up on October the 16th. The news just announced here tonight, Nick Hausman, none other than Bret the Hitman Hart will be in attendance.
Yes, it's going to be wonderful having Bret the Hitman Hart here at Warrior Wrestling.
And we are set for action for the GMSI Invitational, or I suppose the GMS Invitational.
Yeah, get my shot.
We got a glimpse of the medallion there moments ago. Nick, you were talking about that. The Contenders Medallion is what's at stake in this matchup. 6 men will compete. One of them, count, with that Contenders Medallion. And you see it right there. Dante Martin takes a quick look. The winner of this matchup will get a shot anytime, anywhere for any Warrior title, be it the Lucha title, the Warrior Wrestling Championship, or the Warrior Wrestling Women's Championship. So that adds a little wrinkle to things. Of course, earlier tonight we did see the Warrior Wrestling Championship, or the Warrior Wrestling Women's Championship, change hands. Thunder Rosa with a big win over Kylie Ray to start off this event here tonight. And Nick Hausman, dare I say, a shocking win earlier tonight. Thunder Rosa herself looked shocked, but can you imagine whoever wins this matchup challenging Thunder Rosa tonight for the title she just won?
I mean, can I imagine it, Rich? Yes, I can imagine it. Do I think it'll happen? I hope not, right? I hope that one of these men walk out of here tonight, they take their contenders medallion, and they go right to the top. They take on whoever walks out of Trey Miguel versus Jake Something here tonight. Obviously, Aramis, that lucha title could be in the wings. I mean, you could cash in on a Thunder Rosa. We're not against intergender wrestling here at Warrior Wrestling, but I just feel like the man who walks out of here with this medallion should go for the top dog, either Jake or Trey, whoever walks out of this championship match here in the main event.
Dante Martin just made his way down to the ring, and there is Alan Five Angels, who makes his Warrior Wrestling debut. Now, of course, obviously, somebody winning this matchup and cashing it in, so to speak, based on the outcome of whatever the main event is between Trey Miguel and Jake Something later on tonight. Now that seems the more likely scenario, but I'm just pointing it out because we were specifically told, because we asked, you said any championship, if a guy wins this, he can cash it in on the women's title. Wow.
He can. The Truth, Chandler Hopkins here in the house tonight, a Cowboy. You know, this is going to be a six-man match here. Let me lay out how this is going to work here real quick, Rich. It's 6 men. It's not a gauntlet. It's not an eliminator. This is a first person to get a pinfall or submission is going to win that contender's medallion here tonight. So we're going to have 6 top flight, no pun intended, contenders, as we've got Dante Martin in the ring there. And whoever's able to get that pinfall or submission is going to win that contender's medallion here tonight, Rich. Three men in. We've half the contenders in the ring right now.
I hope we can get a good shot of that that medallion, that contender's medallion. Now, we talked about this young man earlier on.
We did.
And earlier tonight, we saw Cole Radrick and Isaias Velazquez in a one-on-one matchup. And once again, Radrick was impressive, and we talked about Casey Navarro in a match with Radrick.
Well, Casey Navarro, look, he did beat Cole Radrick at the first installment of Warrior Wrestling Stadium Series this summer. But the last show, back in July, Casey Navarro went heads up with Dante Martin, a man who's already in this match, already in this ring, and Dante Martin, the top flight, able to get one over on Casey Navarro. And you can see Dante there walking ringside.
So stakes all around in this matchup. Mixed reaction here for TJP, and let's just call him a somewhat controversial figure on social media. How about that?
Yeah, I think that's safe to say. You know, I guess judge him by his works in the ring and not the things he tweets out into the world. TJ Perkins is, of course, an accomplished aerial artist, I'd say aerial assassin in the world of professional wrestling. Successful runs in WWE, Impact Wrestling, New Japan Strong. Here tonight to take that contender's medallion.
TJP, of course, we've seen him compete in MLW.
As well.
Casey Navarro, a recent signee of MLW as well.
And the last man to enter, number 6.
Now, do you think that Brian Cage has the advantage in this matchup, given that the name of the match is taken from his moniker, Mr. GMSI, which, if you're not aware, it means getting my stuff in.
Sure, that's polite.
Well, yeah, we'll say it the polite way. This match here tonight, the Get My Shot Invitational, because somebody will walk out of here with that Contender's medallion. Now, Brian Cage is no stranger to matches of this nature. When you think back to the very first Warrior Wrestling champion, it was Brian Cage. And Nick Hausman, of course, how did he win that matchup?
He won that in the War of Attrition match, right? So Brian Cage is no stranger to taking on multiple opponents at the same time here in Warrior Wrestling. And if I'm not mistaken, Brian Cage was actually the man who got to pick all of the other men in this match. He got to pick his competition here.
Hope we can get a shot of that medallion before the match starts. See if we can get a nice look at that. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see.
It is a beautiful, oh, here we go.
Oh, there we go. Very
Referee
nice.
Perch taking the medallion out.
Oh, there's the empty box, and there's the medallion.
Wow. Lifted high overhead. Look at that thing.
He's having, yeah, the referee having trouble holding that up.
Flava Flav, eat your heart out. That is some bling right there.
That is some bling, isn't it?
That is something, you know, any man would be honored to wear around his neck. Very cool piece of
yeah, very
hardware.
Hardware. It's not quite jewelry, I suppose.
I was gonna call it. I was like, yeah, don't call it jewelry. It's a piece of hardware, right?
It's a piece of art.
That is something that was forged in the fires of a factory or garage.
A factory or a garage?
Sure, wherever there is places to forge. I've seen forged in fire. I know
would you be serious for once? We've got this big match on the line here tonight, and you're cracking jokes.
I'm not cracking jokes. I'm talking about the artistry of metalwork.
So, Nick, one more time, the rules in this matchup. It is first pinfall submission.
That is correct. Yes, there is no count out here. It is the first man to score a pinfall or submission is going to walk away with this Contender's medallion tonight.
Casey Navarro stepping up to Brian Cage.
And really just a dream pairing here right now with the quick and aggressive Casey Navarro and the quick and gigantic Brian Cage.
Going for the DDT perhaps, and Brian Cage answered that. Navarro able to slide free. Cage again, looking for the back suplex. Navarro lands on his feet, going for the fireman's carry, and that is not going to work.
Yeah, you know, it is just so it's so mind-boggling to think about having to be in a ring in a match with a guy like Brian Cage. It's like wrestling a bear in the old days of the pro wrestling circuses.
Oh, man. Oh, and a super kick by Cage. Good God.
That's a way to lose a teeth or two.
Here comes TJP. Double super kick, TJP.
And Chandler Hopkins here, the truth, the cowboy.
You think the cowboy has those boots loaded up? They look like old Western type boots.
Maybe some steel-tipped boots, you know, a lot of things you could do. He's obviously got that big steel belt buckle right there. Might make a frog splash a little bit more impressive or imposing, devastating.
Say what you want about TJP, wow. Boy, he is fluid, he is fast, and he finds a way to dazzle you and make you question what's coming. Missed with the kick there.
Oh, and both men looking to go for high kicks there. And in stereo, these guys like they knew each other's moves, but look at Alan Angels there up in the corner.
Here he comes off the top. Oh, man, Dante Martin as well.
Both men flying in from outer space to let their presence be known. And now we have Dante Martin and Alan Angels of the Dark Order and AEW in the ring right now. Actually, both AEW superstars.
Alan, 5 Angels, able to get free. Dante Martin, standing waist lock. 5 Angels takes the leg out. The pace really quickening here between these two and slamming on the brakes. 5 Angels, ducks a clothesline, rolls through, up and over he goes, missed with a kick. And now Dante Martin missed, and wow, nearly a stalemate. Couple of blocks, and finally the leg taken out, a little kick at the knee.
Look at these two, move for move. Dante Martin just barely able to get one over there on Alan Angels, and now kind of pushing war back and forth is Alan Angels and Dante Martin. Casey Navarro out of nowhere with that kick to the back of the head on Angels.
Yeah, Martin is lucky that he ducked under, and Navarro nailed that enziguri. And now Navarro and Dante Martin, one half of top flight.
Yeah, and you know what? This is a rematch here, of course, from the last Warrior Wrestling show as both men, again, toe-to-toe. at the last show. It was, of course, Dante Martin that came out on top. Casey Navarro with a chip on his shoulder and a kick to the head there for Dante Martin.
More of a Gamagiri that caught.
Ooh, and it looked like Dante was trying to...
The cheekbone, it looked like, yeah.
Yep,
submission maneuver, perhaps.
Yeah, but he didn't get it there, and now he's got a submission maneuver locked in, though. Rear headlock there, and Brian Cage with a big leg drop right across the head of Dante Martin, and just flinging bodies around right now is Brian Cage.
Look at the force that Cage whipped Martin into the buckle, and the force in which Casey Navarro was driven into the turnbuckles.
Just an absolute freak of nature is AEW's Brian Cage, another AEW competitor.
Coast to coast uppercut, clothesline. Martin able to get the leg up. And now look out. Navarro off the ropes, but caught. Martin now, what's he got in mind?
Oh, he thought he could hit that hurricane.
Oh, good God!
But instead, Brian Cage dropping both men there.
Power slam, power bomb combo.
Surprised the ring is still intact after something like that.
TJP off the second rope, and Cage catches him.
And look at that, right into the stalling suplex.
TJP able to get to a vertical base and get out of that suplex, and that's one way to get Cage off his feet.
Chandler Hopkins with the assist there. Dennis Rodman to the Michael Jordan of TJP. And TJP going to go for it again.
Nice suplex. Hopkins rolling to the corner to take a breath. Casey Navarro met by TJP. This is the Get My Shot Invitational.
And look at that, he got shot right into the ropes. He decided to stay there.
And TJP so patient.
And what is Casey Navarro thinking about doing here with TJP tied up in the ropes like this?
Oh, diving under the ropes. Catches Dante Martin.
Yeah, decided to take out Dante Martin.
Hopkins up and over.
And the cowboy flies.
Now look out. Allen Five Angels.
And he's giving a talking to TJP.
Not to be outdone. Oh, man, nearly slipped. But still able to wipe everybody out, and now one man is left.
And TJP doesn't know, I think, that Brian Cage knows right behind him.
Cage over the top, somersault plancha, and now it is TJP, the lone man left in the ring. Will he decide to fly?
That is a great question, and how does he not? That's what he's known for, is TJP. Brian Cage, like an asteroid from space, laying waste to everyone at ringside.
Here comes TJP, winding up. Well, the referee got in the way.
Referee Perch cutting off TJP. TJ asking Perch to get out of the way, but Brian Cage, quick as a bunny,
takes advantage and nails TJP with a clothesline. Now, Cage basically has the ring to himself. He could put it away, but instead wants to do more damage to TJP.
And that's probably a mistake, Rich. And Brian Cage here, oh man, looking to hit his signature.
Oh my God!
Slam! And that'll realign your spine real quick.
Dante Martin off the ropes and connects with a Shiranui. Casey Navarro from behind. Satellite DDT plants Dante Martin.
And Alan Angels has hit the ring now. Spanish Fly drops Casey Navarro in the middle of the ring. Chandler Hopkins, the cowboy, giving the double guns.
Oh, there's another Spanish Fly. Hopkins to put it away. Come out and no, kick out at 2.
And the bodies are hitting the floor left and right here at Marion Catholic High School. You're watching the Warrior Wrestling Stadium Series. If you like what you're seeing right now, hashtag Stadium Series over on Twitter. And Chandler Hopkins.
TJP, step up DDT.
And you can hear the fans right now chanting, "This is awesome" here inside of Marion Catholic tonight.
See some of the names of the students who have gone on to play in the NFL, who played football here. The banners hanging up in the gym.
Marion Catholic, you know, a lot of people don't know this about Warrior Wrestling, but we don't make any money. I mean, all of the money that is made here from Warrior Wrestling, and TJP, by the way, going around not acting very virtuous, I should say, by kicking everybody in the side of the head.
All the money raised at Warrior Wrestling goes to scholarships. And Chandler Hopkins might be done for. No, Casey Navarro.
Yeah,
able to keep this match going. Remember, it is one pinfall.
Or submission. Whoever could get the first pinfall or submission is going to walk out with that Contenders medallion. But yes, like Rich was saying there, and I started off, all the money made here tonight, all that fight money you guys paid to see here tonight, that is going towards scholarship for Marian Catholic students to go to school, continue their education. Oh, and a nice kick right there to the kneecap of TJP by Casey Navarro. You see,
and yeah, TJP stumbling into the ropes. It looks like he might have tweaked his shoulder. You see him kind of holding on to the shoulder there. Wants to make sure everything's in place. Now catching his breath as this matchup continues, the GMS Invitational. Get my shot Invitational. There's Casey Navarro.
Well, Casey Navarro got his shot for sure there, jumping over the top rope, hitting a basement drop kick to the side of TJP.
Those ropes starting to get slippery in a match like this. Oh, God. That sounded awful. Bone on bone. And now Dante Martin, shoved away by Navarro, connects with a kick to the back of the skull. And what does Martin have in mind here?
That's a great question, Rich.
As Dante Martin all tied up. Twisted and turned and plants it with a spinning neck breaker. Cover. Casey Navarro out of 2.
And Casey Navarro really taking the lead here in this bout. The only man that's really on his feet right now, surveying the landscape. You see it down to Brian. You see Brian Cage leaning over the ring on the outside. Alan Angels down in the corner. Casey Navarro getting to his feet. We don't even know where Chandler Hopkins is right now.
Probably rearranging his teeth on the outside.
Dante Martin lifting Casey Navarro onto his back and just bludgeoning him in the face, shoulder palm after, hand palm after hand palm strike right to the face of Casey Navarro. And Alan Angels ripping Navarro off the back of Dante Martin, planting him with a German suplex. Just shy of those ropes, dangerous positioning, and now an STO onto Dante Martin.
Oh my God, Dante Martin is tied up, and Alan Five Angels could be walking out of here with the Contenders medallion.
And look, TJP applying his own submission hold.
TJP with the octopus in tight. Dante Martin is tied up.
Oh wait, did it look like Dante Martin had started to tap, but referee Perch saying it was too late. The match rolls on here, and Brian Cage lifting Alan Angels up onto his shoulders.
Angels lands on his feet, caught by Cage, big knee right to the face.
And Cage there looked for a discus lariat, was not able to get it, but did hit that big power bomb.
Cover to put it away, Brian Cage, no.
And Chandler Hopkins here, making strides at Brian Cage, and look at that. Caught, flipped right off the ropes.
Ooh!
Flips right over Cage.
Landed on his feet, and now Chandler Hopkins, wow! What a kick for the upset! Cover to put it away, no!
Chandler Hopkins using what I only can imagine was his steel tip boot to drive his toes right into the forehead of Brian Cage, and look at that big massive man laid out on the ground like a carcass in the middle of the road.
6 men competing in this matchup.
And very impressed here by the martial arts skills of the Cowboy.
Missed that time though, and now Brian Cage. Oh, planted! Hopkins right on his head! Dante Martin able to duck under the clothesline.
And another Pele kick right to the back of the head of Brian Cage.
Got the point of the toe right into the skull.
And the blows are piling up here. How long can Brian Cage stay conscious right now?
Now look out. Chandler Hopkins was caught in the back of the head with a big kick. Brian Cage looking for that outside in suplex and nails it. But hold on, it is TJP going to the top rope. Here he comes, off the top, cover. No, Alan Five Angels from behind. Stump puller.
TJP, both his arms go flying. Discus lariat from Brian Cage and Alan at Five Angels down on the mat. It is Casey Navarro trying to pick up the scraps here.
Second time he's done so.
And Brian Cage once again saying no way.
Chandler Hopkins from behind, double kick, one to the back of the knee and one to the back of the skull. And now this time Casey Navarro with the fireman's carry has Brian Cage up. My God, what incredible strength!
And Chandler Hopkins here. Beautiful shooting star press.
Casey Navarro with the save keeps this match alive.
Where is this thing gonna go from here, Rich? We've seen it all. Tons of punches. Some cowboy karate, shades of Chuck Norris here. Casey Navarro playing it with a sliced bread number 2.
Is that enough? That's all! We have ourselves a winner. You see the look of shock almost on the face of Casey Navarro. He almost couldn't believe that he got the 1, 2, 3 in this matchup. Brian Cage, the namesake of this match, had to be the favorite heading into it, but extends the handshake. It is Casey Navarro who can challenge for any title here at Warrior Wrestling whenever he wants it. And what a win for this young man as he continues to make a name for himself. Hey. Casey Navarro, big things to come. Big things on the horizon, no doubt, Nick.
Well, anything and everything can happen here tonight at Warrior Wrestling. We've seen a title change hands. We've seen the first ever GSMI Contenders Medallion be bestowed. We've still got one big title match left to go in the main event, Jake Something and Trey Miguel. But that's not all, Rich.
Now, before that, yeah, we are going to see Jay White and Sam Adonis in action, but Casey Navarro, we talked about him earlier on, that big win against, the big match against Cole Radrick.
Yeah.
Some of the impressive matches that he's had. And even some of the matches that we've seen him in where maybe didn't get the result that he desired, but has always fought, has always battled, and he gets the Get My Shot Invitational Contenders Medallion here tonight. More action on the way. Sam Adonis in action after this timeout. Back in a moment. Sam Adonis has been here at Warrior Wrestling since day one. And a little bit earlier on, we showed you his stats. Perhaps if we do get an opportunity, we'll show those to you again. But Sam Adonis, surprisingly, does not have a winning record here at Warrior Wrestling. Now, he's done some pretty heinous things here, but the fans appreciate what Sam Adonis brings to the ring each and every night that he steps into the ring here at Warrior Wrestling. And you get the sense that maybe the fans are starting to feel for Sam a little bit.
I don't know, man. I don't think these fans appreciate Sam Adonis. He's a diamond in the rough, and they're the rough. And you can hear right now the blade being sharpened.
Gigantic test for Sam Adonis tonight. As the Switchblade makes his debut for Warrior here in Chicago. You heard the reaction a couple of months back when Jay White was announced for this matchup against Sam Adonis here tonight. And competing in New Japan Pro Wrestling, You saw it around his waist, the current openweight champion.
The IWGP Never Openweight champion, Jay White here, coming to the ring. He's also been the former IWGP United States champion, the IWGP World Heavyweight champion for that matter. Held a lot of gold over in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Of course, at one point, maybe I'm not the leader of the Bullet Club. Very confusing situation right there at the moment.
Pretty big victory to capture that title last May.
Yeah, took that belt from Hiroshi Tanahashi at Wrestling Dontaku 2021. Of course, Tanahashi has some gold around his waist here recently, as he was able to knock off Warrior Wrestling alumnus Lance Archer for the IWGP US title here just this past weekend. But what an honor to have Jay White here in the house tonight. You know, look, I know that Sam Adonis, that the fans here have started to take to Sam Adonis, all right? But let's be real. Jay White, he's the top dog. This is easily the biggest talent we've ever brought to Warrior Wrestling. I mean, period. This guy is in the prime of his career. When he showed up at Impact Wrestling, it made waves all around the North American scene.
I mean, that. Oh.
And listen to that crowd.
Boy, it is loud in here, isn't it?
It's loud and it's hot.
It is hot. Again, this the third and final scheduled Stadium Series event of 2021. We were supposed to be under the lights at Spartan Stadium, but some stormy weather, thunderstorms in the Chicagoland area forced us inside. Luckily, I believe everybody has their shots, and we're trying to be safe as we can be. And some incredible action here tonight as Adonis locks up with Jay White.
Yeah, and Adonis quick to take Jay White to the mat. Very impressive here that he has got positioned so quickly on Jay White. You know, leader of the Bullet Club.
Is that a question?
No, well, I mean, I don't think so. I mean, there's been so much turmoil, you know, recently, especially with the guys over here at AEW, you know, the claiming to be a Bullet Club still, you know, the elite guys. A lot of friction there. You see what Tama Tonga's saying on Twitter right now about how they're not really Bullet Club. These guys are really Bullet Club. It's a very confusing time right now. But all I know is that the 28-year-old Jay White, he is in the zone right now, so to speak.
I did want to mention that I have not received an update, a further update, I should say, on the status of Aramis, the Lucha champion here at Warrior Wrestling, injured in a successful title defense earlier tonight, was helped to the back, and I know he was being tended to by the medics. I've sent out a couple texts, have not gotten a response, but keep track of Warrior Wrestling online, warriorwrestling.net, as well as on social media for any updates to the condition of Aramis.
And Jay White here just all over Sam Adonis like white on rice, just not giving him room to breathe at the moment, dragging him around by what's left of his little mohawk ponytail there, and just really trying to embarrass Sam Adonis in front of these fans that really love him so much. And now Sam Adonis really getting it in, throwing Jay White repeatedly head first into that top turnbuckle, and looked to squash him in the corner, but Jay White able to get out of the way. And Sam Adonis interlocking his fingers at Jay's. It looks like he's going to do a little tightrope walking, Jay. Or Rich.
And a neck breaker off the top, and Adonis trying to put Jay White down for the count, a kick out of two, and White rolling under the bottom rope to the outside. After that, he'll catch his breath.
That's smart. Jay White knows how to deal with a big brute like Sam Adonis. You got to set the pace. Don't sit in there and just let him wallop you and be all over you.
I feel like every time we see Sam Adonis, we mention the fact that what'd you call him, a big brute?
A big brute, look at him.
He is a big brute. He's much bigger than you look at him, he doesn't look that big. I believe he's 6'6", is he not?
He is 6'6", he's like 230 pounds. He is broad-chested. He is a massive human being is what Sam Adonis is. I'm sorry, 250 pounds is what Sam Adonis comes in here, 6'4".
So we gave him 2 inches and a couple pounds, but nonetheless.
We call that pro wrestling math, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Big uppercut there by Adonis.
And just really going in, and you can see how Sam really does here tower over the much more svelte, trim, athletic Jay White.
You know, something we haven't mentioned, all the wonderful tights that, oh, look out. Look out, Adonis dumped to the outside. I was gonna say Sam Adonis always with some unique tights when he comes to the ring, and I'm not quite sure what the design is on that one, but we've seen some eye-popping stuff or some eye-raising stuff perhaps in the past.
And, you know, I talk about Jay White, and, you know, again, Jay White is just an incredible athlete, the best pro wrestler in the world, in my opinion. And look at that, using the ring. We had seen some exposed boards there on the side of the ring rip up.
Yeah, who was that earlier on? That was
it was Marko Stunt.
Marko Stunt, right, yeah.
Stunt had his back ripped up by those boards on the side of the ring there.
That's
and
right.
You could see Jay White just ramming Sam Adonis repeatedly into those wooden boards right on the edge of that ring apron there. And, you know, we talk about Jay White, you know, obviously the IWGP Never Openweight champion, found a lot of success, led the Bullet Club, lead the Bullet Club. But Sam Adonis here, wait, real quick. A little lazy there by Jay, but I get why he was going for the pinfall. You know, why not? Try to put this thing away. But Sam Adonis here recently victorious at Triple Mania, the biggest show of the year down at AAA, tagging with DMT Azul and Puma King to take out Chessman, Murder Clown, and Pagano. Finding a lot of success down in Mexico recently as Sam Adonis, but not looking too successful here as Switchblade Jay White riding him like a little pony.
Sam Adonis, of course, has made his name in Mexico, oddly enough. And we talk about this before all the time. When does Sam Adonis finally get the recognition he deserves in the United States?
Well, that's a great question. You know, he did recently debut for the NWA, which is finding a little traction at the moment. Ric Flair about to appear at their 73rd anniversary show. And look at Jay White here, just smashing away, stomping Adonis like a bug.
Twisting up the legs and
keeping the big man down here with the submission hold, really just applying a ton of pressure.
Oh no.
Oh, he's gonna try to pop his knee out of the socket.
Oh boy,
Don't do it, Jay. You know what, do it, Jay. Pop this man's knee out of his socket. Show him why you're the Switchblade.
Oh, Adonis in trouble, look out now. Adonis inching towards the bottom rope, but can he get there? He's got all of White's weight on his back.
Yes, Jay White here.
Not to mention the legs tied up.
Yeah, and I was going to say, what an incredible job here he's done. Tying up the legs of Sam Adonis, and he pulling at the nose. Come on, little piggy, I think is what Jay White's saying here right now, and giving him that snout look over on Sam Adonis. And Sam Adonis here flexing his teeth, really trying to probably just keep the blood flowing right now. And Jay White is 100% in control of this rodeo at the moment. And Sam Adonis with a couple desperation punches and knees.
Knee to the gut, but a rake to the eyes by Jay White, quickly turning things around.
Well, that's what you got to do. That's why Jay White's the best. That's why he stays on top. Can he wrestle? Yeah, but does he know the little shortcuts to stay ahead? You better believe it. That's the Switchblade Jay White right there.
Oh, God.
Ooh, like a sledgehammer. That's how you break ground right there.
Uh-oh. Oh, big sidewalk slam.
And
Sam Adonis. Oh, go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, I was going to say the last time we saw Sam Adonis, of course, was an action against Matt Cardona.
That's right.
The new GCW champion. Sam Adonis taking on lots of champions here at Warrior Wrestling.
Adonis trying to fire back up.
And beautiful takedown there of Jay White. Goes into the pinfall. Nearly got it.
Yeah, planted him with the STO.
Think about how much that would mean for Sam Adonis to pick up a victory over Jay White right now. You know, we talk about Sam Adonis struggling to break out here in the States as well as he's done internationally. You want to make a name for yourself, beat Jay White, right? That seems like a pretty quick way to get some headlines on the old sheets.
Adonis again going up to the top rope. Little tightrope walking, oh man.
A little nutcracker action there. A little early for the holidays, in my opinion.
White favoring his left shoulder and neck area.
Well, look at that. Now something for Sam Adonis to take note of, and maybe something Jay White shouldn't be bringing attention to, especially when you're in the ring with one of the top international performers like Sam Adonis. And Jay White, house of fire into the corner, delivering that uppercut, and now drilling with that spinning suplex into the mat.
Adonis out at 2.5.
I thought that might be all. Jay White here bringing all he's got to Sam Adonis at Warrior Wrestling tonight. Marian Catholic High School, Chicago Heights.
And we still have a main event on the way as well.
Oh, we do indeed. Yeah, you're watching the Switchblade Jay White take on international sensation Sam Adonis right now. But up next, our main event for the Warrior Wrestling Championship, Jake Something going to challenge our current champion, Trey Miguel. Don't forget, of course, now that Contender's medallion hanging over everybody's head. Rich?
Yeah, Casey Navarro winning that just a short time ago here tonight. Oh, and a big boot by Sam Adonis. Wow. Adonis trying to rally the crowd behind him.
And you could see that intensity in Adonis' face right now. He knows he can do this. 4-7, 4 victories, 7 losses, and he's going up top. He's going big to put another victory up on the board here tonight, but Jay White out of the way.
Missed with the clothesline, Saito suplex delivered by White. And Adonis quickly back to his feet. What a clothesline! Desperation move there by Adonis.
Using his strength, using his size, using that energy, that momentum, going right up underneath that chin. Oh no, and the referee starting the 10 count. The last thing Sam wants is another no contest here at Warrior Wrestling. And head to head here.
Both men back up.
Or trying to get back up. Jay White the first to his feet, Sam right behind him.
Forearm smash to the jaw. And it is Adonis. Whoa, wait a minute. White answers back. Adonis with another.
And you see Jay White here reach back, throw a big blow of his own, but Adonis not going blow for blow anymore. He's throwing 5 in a row.
Missed with the right hand that time, and oh God, the elbow caught Adonis. And Adonis tumbling out of the ring. I think he bowled over our photographer Baz, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, Baz, get out of there. You're not a war photographer. Give yourself a little space here.
Look out for Jay White. Slides under. Adonis now diving through. Big senton.
Cannonball right through. Jay White on the outside, and both men down. The referee checking on them.
No padding on that floor. That is a hardwood basketball floor.
And the fans here once again chanting on Adonis, who has won over the Chicago faithful.
.50-50 split here for both Adonis and Switchblade Jay White.
Planting.
Michinoku driver.
Yeah, right there. This could be
Adonis to put it away for the, would you call it an upset? I guess perhaps, right?
If Sam Adonis could pull off a victory over Jay White here, I would call that more than an upset. I would call that a miracle. And Sam Adonis here calling for that 450. And if he hits it, if he can take all 250 pounds of that frame and drop it across the chest of Jay White, here he goes!
450 splash! Cover!
Oh! Wow, my God, Jay White able to kick out, and Sam Adonis going for the throat slash. Back up top he goes.
Adonis from the top, and this time nobody's home.
Jay White able to get, he's looking for the Blade Runner here possibly. No, he did come from behind, but dropped him instead on the back of his head with a side suplex. And Jay White now has Sam Adonis down, but he's clutching his ribs. He's not 100% right now, Rich. And he's calling for it here. The Sling Blade, or the Blade Runner, and he hits it. The Blade Runner.
It. Cover. Jay White puts Adonis away with the Blade Runner, that's all.
And Jay White came and he conquered a really hard-fought battle there with Sam Adonis. Hard to think that Jay White not leaving with some level of respect for Adonis here. He's clutching his IWGP Never Openweight Championship. He's calling for a microphone right now. And we're trying to get him one. Jay White here. We see Kirby here rushing a microphone to the ring as Jay White seems to have something he wants to say. Jeremy, the referee, handing this off to Jay White and Sam Adonis down in the corner. What does Switchblade have to say to the Warrior faithful here tonight? Wow.
All right then.
I thought we've seen so many signs of respect here tonight, Rich. I thought we were gonna get one more, and Jay White just didn't have it in him.
Well, no doubt another heartbreaking loss here for Sam Adonis, who you get the sense the fans are starting to feel for him a little bit. Wow, some classy words from Sam Adonis for the Warrior faithful here tonight as we head towards our main event. What a matchup we have on the way. The Warrior Wrestling title is on the line. It is Trey Miguel defending the title against Jake Something.
When I won the Warrior Championship, I had to beat Brian Cage and Brian Pillman Jr. And they are all within range of each other when it comes to size. I'm a small fry compared to them, but I got a heart that beats the same and a foot that kicks the same, fists that swing the same, and blood that leaks the same. And as long as I see those common denominators, I'll never be intimidated by another man that walks this earth, and that includes Jake Something.
Becoming Warrior Champion, it means everything because it's another title for my legacy. I will bring that title up to an actual king, and beating Trey, he has to beat me. I don't have to beat him. I'm his biggest threat, his biggest challenger. He's champion because I have never waited for that title.
You gotta come right just to get the win. You gotta have heart, no you can't pretend.
Being a warrior is facing adversity and overcoming, and I feel like that's all my life has ever been. I'll never be intimidated by another man that walks this earth. That includes every single man that ever steps in that ring as a challenger while I'm champion. That's what being a warrior is.
I'll beat Trey the same way I beat everybody else. Trey, I want you to look in my eyes. I want you to understand something. When I say what's my name, it's not a question. It's a statement, and I know when I look you in the eyes, you're gonna feel it. And I'm gonna have you beat. Trey, look at me. What's my name?
You can't count us out, we are the Warriors. We gon' do what we need, believe in the team. We win, now we in euphoria.
And you hear the voice of Kirby Alexander, the ring announcer here for Warrior Wrestling, getting the crowd fired up for our Warrior Wrestling Championship matchup, our main event. Impact Wrestling's Jake Something, who has been a part of all the Stadium Series events here at Warrior Wrestling. Has certainly made a name for himself and continues to surprise wrestling fans around the globe. Continues to rack up victories over at Impact, and a chance here tonight to put some gold around his waist.
Yeah, the last time we saw Jake Something here in action at Warrior Wrestling, he took out a man who was victorious earlier tonight, Warhorse. And that is, of course, how he earned his opportunity to take on Trey Miguel.
And here to perform Trey Miguel's new theme song, Warriors, Pablo 5600.
You heard the announcement, a special introduction to the ring for Pablo 5600, who will be wrapping Trey Miguel, the Warrior Wrestling Champion, down to the ring here tonight. It's a lot of hardware that Miguel's carrying to the ring.
Yeah, you know what? He works hard. That's not surprising that he has so much hardware. And what an incredible entrance here with Pablo 5600 bringing Trey Miguel to the ring. Decked out in his best black and red Wolfpack colors here tonight. And the fans here, of course, love Trey Miguel. It was just last summer that Trey Miguel managed to beat Brian Pillman Jr. for that title. A very emotional night. At that time, the Rascals were starting to come to an end. Zachary Wentz there sharing the moment with him. Now over on WWE NXT. Alicia Atout, his girlfriend, was there. Very rocky type moment.
Nick, kind of hard to believe that it has been just about a year since Miguel won that title.
It is, it's crazy. And look how far he has come here in Warrior Wrestling, taking on all comers. And he has quite some competition tonight here in Jake something. Jake 6'2", 235 pounds. Trey Miguel coming in at 5'9", 172 pounds. So a pretty big size difference here tonight between Trey and Jake something.
Before we get this match underway, I do want to mention real quick that we are back here October the 16th. Warrior Wrestling Sweet 16. Tonight is the 15th event, so very special Sweet 16. Bret the Hitman Hart will be here at Warrior Wrestling October the 16th. WarriorWrestling.net is the place to get tickets.
Yep.
Join us on social media, #Stadium Series.
My former podcast co-host, Bret the Hitman Hart, for those of you that enjoyed the Sharpshooter show back in the day. A little reunion there for me and Bret at the next show. I'm sure he's going to, he called me the legend. That was his nickname for me.
I'm sure he's going to be thrilled to see you.
Oh, he loves me. He really does.
Here we go, main event time. The champion, that is Trey Miguel with the tattoos and the red and the black. Jake something, the big guy with the beard and something emblazoned across his trunks on the back. No mistaking these two. That makes it easy, right?
No way, man. Look at this thing. David and Goliath, if I've ever seen it. I hope Trey Miguel has some kind of slingshot buried underneath this ring, because he might need something to take that big man down here outside of his fists and his feet. Well, we shall see. Oh, and we have seen a lot of honor matches here tonight, and this is not going to be one of them. Jake something slapping the hand away from Trey Miguel. This is not going to be a contest about honor It's not going to be about two friends trying to prove who's the better wrestler. Jake Something coming in here and saying, I know what I'm here to do. It's not to be your friend. It's to be your enemy. It's to beat you up. It's to throw you around the ring, slide you face first like a baseball player. And he is doing just that. Just the hulking size of Jake Something. Boulders underneath those chest muscles. Huge shoulder muscles. And once again, Jake Something throwing Trey Miguel right to the mat and slapping him across the face. A total sign of disrespect. If you're Trey Miguel here, Rich, how do you handle a guy like Jake Something?
I think it's the classic stick and move. I think Trey Miguel obviously has the speed advantage, and he's so comfortable coming off the ropes. And you know, you look at the right leg of Jake Something. It's taped up. The right thigh is taped up. Trey Miguel is so quick. If he can surprise, well,
look at this, like a Wookiee.
Yeah, well, that's I was gonna say if he can get in there and maybe try to take a couple shots at that right thigh area, and then really get zipping around, you slow something down, and Miguel's certainly gonna have the advantage there. But my God, how do you slow a guy like that down? He is so big and so strong. He just muscles you right out of the way.
I think that you made a great observation there, Jake Something. That left knee is definitely a lot more covered than that right knee. Maybe taking the, talking about trying to take out the legs. Great job there by Trey Miguel, kicking out the knee of Jake Something, tossing him face first into that second turnbuckle.
Both knees are taped up or in braces, but again, you see that the right thigh is taped up as well, and look, it makes you wonder whether or not Jake Something is, perhaps a hamstring that's bothering him, a Charlie horse, what have you.
Well, look at Trey Miguel here running on the outside. Great bit of strategy here. Trying to wear the big man out, make him chase you.
That's smart.
Maybe make Jake Something here make a mistake. It looks like Trey Miguel trying to use the sound of the fans, the speed he's got around the ring, throw Jake off his game.
Well, you heard from Jake Something earlier on where he said, you have to beat me. I don't have to beat you, which is, it's mind games. It's trying to psych the champion out because really it's the other way around.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Trey Miguel, if he needed to, if he wanted to, I don't know that he would, he could take a count out. He could do that.
Yeah, he could,
right?
Absolutely. Yeah, that would count. Keep the title around his waist.
That's right. If he runs into trouble, that is always an option. So, but you understand what Jake Something is saying and why he would say such a thing to Trey Miguel to try to get him off his game, because he knows that Jake Something is going to be gunning for him. And you wonder when the guy is maybe twice your size how much that throws you off. But moves like that, that's what Trey Miguel is going to have to do to be successful.
Yeah, the rubber man here. And I'm not talking about Dylan McDermott from American Horror Story.
Look out, heads up. Miguel winding up off the ropes. Oh!
And a frustrated and angry and very dangerous Jake Something dropping all 5 of those fingers across the side of the face of Trey Miguel.
Miguel looked like a subway car coming in slow to one of those bumpers at the end of the line. Just kind of poop.
Yeah, it certainly looks like, Jake Something in one of those rage rooms, taking all his anger out right now on the only object in the room he can, Trey Miguel. And a nice stiff chop there from Trey Miguel.
Yeah, he's going to have to pick his spots, find his spots, and take advantage with speed and precision. And right now, that's what Miguel is up to.
And he's doing a nice job of keeping Jake Something on his heels as Jake Something moves to the other side of the ring. But, Jake Something here, I don't understand.
Miguel rolled in to break the count.
That's very smart. And again, once again, proving that he wants to win this match in the right way, right? He doesn't want to count out here to preserve that title. And Jake Something grabbing Trey by the throat and throwing him back into the ring between that lower and second rope.
Miguel answers back, momentum off the ropes. Here he goes. Oh, God.
And it's like you ever run into, like, you don't see the glass door, but you run into it on your way into the house.
Oh, yeah, that's the worst.
That's something right there. Your nose pops, your eyes start to bulge a bit. And Jake Something here up on that second rope right now, towering over Trey Miguel.
Warrior Wrestling title is on the line in this matchup. The champion is Trey Miguel, has held the title since last year's Stadium Series.
Yeah, and you can see here right now that he is in a very bad position as Jake Something here ramming him repeatedly into the corner, once again by the throat, lifting up and throwing him to the ground.
Without much effort either. Look at Jake Something leaning back against the rope saying, you know what, bring it. What do you got? Miguel in a lot of pain, the lower back no doubt bothering him. And Jake Something again now. No, from in close.
And the last time we saw Trey Miguel defending, oh, here we go, pinfall attempt.
Kick out at 2.
Last time we saw Trey Miguel defend that title was, of course, the first night of this year's Stadium Series when he went one-on-one with Lee Moriarty. Did come out on top. And Lee Moriarty, no slouch, of course, a very different competitor than Jake Something. Much more of a speed-based competitor. Very different challenge here tonight. And Trey Miguel looked like he was getting fired up there for a second, taking those blows to the face from Jake Something. But ultimately, he got worn down, and upside down he goes.
330 days as Warrior Wrestling Champion. Trey Miguel defeated Brian Pillman Jr. on the 26th of September of 2020 here in Chicago Heights.
And of course, Brian Cage, the longest running Warrior Wrestling Champion in history, 531 days. Trey is now only the second longest man to hold the title, surpassing Brian Pillman Jr., who had 224 days. Rich?
Jake Something doing a number on the champion here tonight in our main event.
And Trey Miguel just looks like he's had the poop kicked out of him.
Again, he hasn't had an opportunity to really target either of the legs. He tried to early on. He got a couple shots in, but has not been able to keep up that attack. And Jake Something continues to battle along, but Miguel a little glassy-eyed. He's, you asked me earlier on, if you're in Miguel's situation right now, what do you do? How do you turn this thing around?
Well, and that's a great thing, and I don't really know what you do right now. Look at that.
Big back elbow, cover, kick out at 2.
You're getting hit from all different directions right now by Jake Something. And I mean, it's just every move is so imposing and powerful. I don't know at what point you don't just break, and I'm not just talking about your body, but your spirit, your will to fight.
Trey Miguel, when he won the title, shocked a lot of us. There's a lot of people, oh God, oh my God.
And Jake Something tossing him like a bag of trash to the outside of the ring.
That was like a hip toss over the top rope. And hold on, is Jake Something, is he really gonna? I think he is.
Yeah, we've seen the big man fly before.
Here he comes, Jake Something.
All 235 pounds up and over the top rope.
And he saw that Miguel was on his way back in. Now Miguel with momentum. That time with the dive, connects, goes back inside. Lining up Jake Something again. Connects one more time, but Something's still on his feet.
Yeah, that's right. It may take 3 here to take the big man down. And Trey Miguel back into the ring, psyching himself up, getting the fans going crazy. You can see Jake Something on the outside. Not of all of his wits are there. And oh wait, he was able to grab Trey out of the air. Fireman's carry.
Caught him like a fly ball, and now, wait, hold on, Miguel.
Electric chair, Miguel on top.
Uh-oh, wait a minute.
And Miguel wanted that reverse Rana. Jake was able to hold on.
Miguel able to hop off. That might have saved him here in this matchup. Something going for a back suplex. Miguel launched himself, yeah.
Yeah, that was one. It was beautiful.
Oh, step up, Tope, my God!
And Trey Miguel using what that he has left to try to take Jake Something down. He was successful there. Jake down, Trey down. The ref here starting the count. If both men unable to get into the ring at the count of 10, we are going to get a no contest here, a draw. Trey Miguel will be the man to retain the title here tonight. And it looks like neither man has been able to get to their feet here at the count of 6. We are already to the count of 7.
Now they're going to have to hurry up. Well, maybe not. Maybe Trey Miguel's had enough.
We are at, I believe, 8 or 9. Oh, and right just before 10. Both men able to get in, break the count.
And with that, Trey Miguel saying, I don't want a cheap win. I don't want a count out victory. That means nothing to me.
Yeah, well, you know what? A win's a win. You keep the belt, you keep the gold, you get paid. Maybe Trey Miguel needs to start considering some outside-the-box options here, or else Jake Something here is going to do something.
So you're saying that he should consider winning cheaply?
I think you know what? I'm just saying he should consider winning, Rich. Okay, I think he should win. I think he should keep the belt, Rich.
Oh my God! That is twice with the right hand. That Something has toppled the champion.
And he took 5 straight shots from Trey, and it only took 1 from Jake to put Trey down. Jay with some palm strikes right to either side of the head. And Jake running the length of the ring, trying to take out with a big splash into the corner Trey Miguel, but Trey able to pop him in the back of the head instead.
Slingshot from the outside in, use the ropes for momentum, and springboarded into a big drop kick, and now both men are down once again. The Warrior Wrestling title on the line in this matchup. Our main event, Stadium Series 2021, comes to an end tonight. With the Warrior Wrestling title on the line, Jake Something challenging Trey Miguel, the referee to the 6 count.
And once again, the ref doing a 10, looking for a 10 count here. And Jake Something rallying, getting up to his knees, both men on their knees. I see a foot up from Jake. Jake makes it to his feet.
Both are up.
Trey's to his feet. And Jake Something looks like he's had a couple shots of whiskey, only he hasn't. He's just been hit in the head repeatedly.
Not a whole lot behind that clothesline.
No, it wasn't. I mean, this is a real test of cardio at this point. It is so hot in this room, and you are going up against a...
Oh, my God!
Oh, God.
Jake Something poised to capture the Warrior Wrestling title. Wait a minute, hold on, but the champion able to shimmy free, gets a heel kick, and now, oh, plants Jake Something,
and this
cover!
Could be it.
2 count only.
And Trey Miguel looks very surprised. Trey Miguel, you can see just Rolodexing all the moves in his brain right now. What do I do? Where do I go? Do I go to the pile drivers? Do I go high risk? Do I maybe grab a pair of brass knuckles that I hit underneath the ring earlier?
He went for that twisting neck breaker, but there's no doubt looking for the Meteora off the top, and that may be where he's headed.
And the champion taking a big risk.
Full speed ahead. Jake Something with a big spear in the corner.
And folding Trey Miguel in half.
Leapfrog by the champ. Oh, God, Michinoku driver. That's got to be enough. New champion here tonight in Chicago. No! No, my God!
I thought Jake had it, Rich. I thought this was Jake's moment right here. Should have been Jake's moment. And the beat rolls on, the heat rolls on, the beads of sweat roll on. Repeatedly seen Jake Something have to go wipe the sweat away from his brow, whip it out of his hair.
Trey Miguel, the Warrior Wrestling champion. You know, a lot of people would say he's underrated.
And with a big clubbing lariat, Jake Something takes Trey Miguel back to the mat, but hangs on to the wrist here. Doesn't want to let Trey Miguel stay down of his own volition, like a bear toying with a raccoon.
Ducks the third attempt. Does Miguel. High knee. And now Jake Something. Oh, caught with a double stop. The heels of the boot. Got Jake in the back of the neck, and now again, Miguel looks like he's thinking high risk and maybe thinking Meteora.
And, you know, he wears those gloves for a reason, Rich. You know, you do so much high flying, so much rope work there. You don't want to blister your hands and cause your best asset to go out of business here. And using those gloves, using that grip strength right now to slowly get to that top rope. And Jake Something here saw him coming. And Trey Miguel just sitting there on that top rope. Jake Something looking like he's going for a superplex, and Trey Miguel doing his best to punch his way out of it right now.
Trey Miguel able to slide under. And Jake Something was tied up in a rough position of the ropes, and now here's Miguel again. Swings through, but is caught.
Wanted to hit that 619, but Jake Something caught him out of nowhere. Another big sit-out powerbomb.
New champion here, no!
Jake could have cinched that in a little bit harder there, Rich.
Sure could have.
He sat there and he thought he had it. He wasn't really trying to put more extra pressure on top of Trey Miguel there.
Easy to say from here with the heat in this building tonight that you've mentioned, and just the amount of time that this match has gone on.
Deep breaths is what each of these men are having to take here tonight. And
Meteora! Double knees, and now it is Miguel going to the top.
And Jake
perhaps
Something,
for the diving Meteora.
Jake Something down on the ground.
Here comes the champion. Meteora off the top, is that it? Leg hooked.
Oh, wow.
My God, well, hold on.
Trey Miguel quick to move. This is what you got to do. Stay on top of him.
Submission maneuver locked in, and now Jake Something is writhing in pain.
And he is dead in the middle of the ring. He is dead to rights right there. Trey Miguel got his one arm, wrapped both his legs up.
That's it. Jake Something taps out and Trey Miguel retains.
And you can hear the fans reacting, the cowbells, the whistles.
Well, Nick Hausman, what a night this has been. A new Warrior Wrestling Women's Champion in Thunder Rosa with the win to start the night off. The victory over Kylie Ray.
And don't forget, we have our first ever Contenders Medallion holder, Casey Navarro, able to cash that Contenders Medallion in whenever he likes.
It could be right now.
It could be right now. I was thinking to myself, you know, what a time. You see Trey Miguel, the champion, he's exhausted. He's just gone to war with Jake Something. You got to be sitting in the back, maybe thinking to yourself, is this my time to take a shot? It doesn't look like it, but anything is possible here at Warrior Wrestling, Rich.
Trey Miguel victorious tonight, the win over Jake Something. What a night it has been. What a summer it has been. The Stadium Series here at Warrior Wrestling in Chicago. It has been so much fun, and fans, we want to let you know that Warrior Wrestling returns on October the 16th. WarriorWrestling.net for more info. Follow us on social media. And Nick, the biggest news of the night perhaps. Who's going to be here?
It's going to be Bret the Hitman Hart. Bret Hart's going to be in the house here next in October here at Warrior Wrestling. Cannot wait to welcome Bret to Warrior Wrestling. I've always enjoyed Bret's company.
That's October the 16th, and of course we will have the live stream right here as well. Fans, what a summer it's been. What a night it's been for all of us here at Warrior Wrestling. Our crew, including Mike Sorg, Otto, the camera guys, everybody, Principal Steve, Eric, Kirby, Val. My name's Rich Bocchini saying so long for Nick Hausman. We'll see you next time here at Warrior Wrestling. Good night, everyone. Follow Warrior Wrestling on social media and find event and ticket information online at WarriorWrestling.net.
Wrestling fans, use Stadium 21 at ProWrestlingTees.com to save 20% off for the next 48 hours. Support your favorite wrestlers and Warrior Wrestling by purchasing their merch at ProWrestlingTees.com. Visit the Pro Wrestling Tees retail store at 2348 North Damon in Chicago. Open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Again, save 20% on your orders at ProWrestlingTees.com by using Stadium 21. Some exclusions apply.